have you guys wanted to do this call is because it's kind of like a follow-up to our 3-day seminar that we had last weekend in Baltimore. If you follow me on Instagram or social media, people loved it. We gave a lot of good information, but more importantly, the information was actionable, things that you could go, take action on or whatever. And right now, as you see on the flyers, I was promoting it and everything. I was talking about how, you're pretty much going to learn how to flip foreclosure houses tonight from Valerie without using any of your cash or credit. As I said at the event, I'm not just saying this biasly, but Valerie's like the number one, foreclosure investing expert in the country. I mean, I'm out here and I know who people are, and I can't think of one that's better. So I'm blessed to just, have her in my life, have her in my circle and a part of my business, for my own foreclosure deals that I do. But right now, and Valerie will talk a little bit more about it later, but we're in the fourth quarter right now, and in the fourth quarter, banks are really desperate to get rid of these foreclosures. We wanted to do this, right around this time because it's a great opportunity right now for everybody to get involved in the business and really just start making some money right away. So, that's, one of the main reasons, why we put this whole thing together. But you're also going to learn tonight how to basically get out here and start flipping houses without using any of your cash or credit. And I'm also going to teach you how you can do the same thing by becoming a landlord. Not do the same thing, excuse me. I'm going to teach you how to make monthly cash flow and, pretty much build your wealth as a landlord, all right? And there's ways that you can do that, too, without using your cash or credit. So really, there's no excuse for anybody on the phone tonight to not be able to get out here and really start making money because, like I tell people all the time, and I said it at the event, it's all about mindset, you know what I'm saying? It's real estate and it's mindset. The real estate's not going nowhere. It was here before we was, born, and it's going to be here, after we die. But the only thing that can go somewhere is your mindset. So what I can promise you is this. All you have to do is just do it. If you're successful, just like all the rest of our students that are out there being successful, doing exactly what we teach them and what we're going to talk to you about tonight. Again, I just kind of wanted to apologize about what happened earlier in the call, but that's over with now, and we're moving forward. So let's go ahead and get started. Valerie, you got anything you want to say?
Well, I want to start by thanking everybody who is on this call. We thank you for your patience. And as Mark said, we have a lot of really good information to share with you. I was on the call a little bit earlier, and so I heard some of the comments, and I heard this young man explaining to another person as to why they needed to be on this call and how this is real and this is a scam. I want to tell you before we get started, this is for real. Okay, and you are in the right place. And so what the information that we're about to share with you on how to flip houses, not just houses, but foreclosures without using any of your own money, I'm telling you, is going to be life-changing for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And, Mark, I just want to, start out with you and just ask you a question so that the listeners will understand. Why do you think our listeners need to get involved in real estate as soon as possible, like right now?
All right, well, I would say that everybody on the call needs to get involved in real estate as soon as possible because, number one, above all, I believe that real estate is definitely the fastest way, for our culture. I feel like, for our people to make thousands of dollars, like at one time, like lump sums of money, buy flipping houses without using your cash or credit. And you got to use that money to build up enough capital to start buying rental properties. And all I'm doing is telling you exactly what I did. I got into real estate. I started, getting these houses under contract, and I started finding these investor buyers, and I started, flipping houses to them. And again, not using none of my cash or credit. And, I'll make $12,000 here, $10,000 there, $18,000 there. Sometimes it'll be, a lot less, like $3,000 or $2,500 or $5,000. But the point is, once that came into my life, my life totally changed. And what I did was, at first, I did spend a lot of money. I made a lot of mistakes with my money, but that's usually how it is when you first start getting money. Like, I blew a lot of money on trips and clothes and, you know, things that didn't appreciate. You know, I was things that lose value. You know, and that's because, you know, I never really had money before, so I was doing all the things that I always imagined that I wanted to do. But then, you know, I wisened up and I started investing my money into rental properties and houses, and that's what really changed my life. And what I'm trying to tell you tonight is that it's a very simple process if you're willing to do it and put the work in. You get out here, you learn how to find deals, number one, okay? You learn the strategies that we're going to teach you as far as, you know, being able to put these houses under contract, find buyers, and be able to profit in the middle and make the $10,000, the $15,000, the $20,000, the things like that. And then you want to start investing into your rental portfolio. And I tell people all the time, like, you know, houses really saved my life. And when I say save my life, I'm not saying it like, you know, I was in the streets and doing all this crazy stuff and, you know, selling drugs and all this, you know, dumb stuff or whatever, and it saved my life that way. I'm saying it saved my life in a way where I've always had these dreams, right, when I was younger. And I'll just tell you a quick little story. I remember when I was in middle school, I was like in the 7th grade, and, you know, my mother, she was a single mother. She had 3 kids or whatever. And my oldest brother, he passed away. He had cancer. And I remember he was 19, I was 12 at the time, and I remember, you know, he was at home on hospice or whatever, and my mother could never really be home with him like that because she had to work 3 jobs to, you know, keep a roof over our head, you know, all that kind of stuff. So she pretty much couldn't even really spend time with our dying son because she had to go make money, you know what I mean? And that did something to me. Like, I never wanted her to struggle. I never wanted to struggle, you know what I mean? And I say it saved my life in that way because I don't have to. You know, I do whatever I want pretty much. My son don't have anything to worry about. I have a pretty nice rental portfolio. I'm still building it up, and that's something that I'm going to be able to give to him. So that's why it's so important to get involved in real estate, I feel like, because, I mean, I don't really know anything else where you have millions of opportunities in front of you. And when I say millions of opportunities, I'm talking about millions of houses. I mean, there's millions of houses out there, and there's a million opportunities for us out there to do just that. To get out here, learn how to wholesale or flip houses without using your own cash, to build your capital up so you can start buying rental properties. Because, like, for me, like, I don't have to, if I wanted to, like, if I didn't want to work ever again, right, if I didn't want to do nothing, I wouldn't have to, because my rental properties pay all my bills. It pays everything that I needed to pay, and plus more. I'm saving a lot of money from my cash flow every month. And when I'm telling you, I didn't start with none of my own money. It was just sheer determination and desire to be successful and want more for my family and my son. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, and everybody know, like, I tell you straight up like how it is. Like, I don't be with no sugarcoat or nothing. I tell y'all how to get out here and get it. And everything I'm telling you is true. And I just feel like, you know, if I can do it, then anybody can do it, really. I mean, it's plenty of houses out there, and that's all we need. Houses and the opportunity to find deals. That's it.
Mark, one thing that you said, which I really think is so important, where you talked about passing this on to your son. I mean, we have to begin to build generational wealth.
Absolutely.
That is just so important in our community. And through real estate investing, you will actually have money now and be able to do a lot of the things that you want to do, and still also be able to pass this on, you know, for generations to come. So that is just so crucial and such an important point that you brought up. But let's talk a little bit, Mark, you know, for the people who are listening, what is the process of flipping a house? How do you go about flipping a house without using your cash or credit?
All right, cool. That's a great question, and I'm sure that's one that everybody is on the call tonight waiting to hear. So basically, I want to kind of break it down for you like this, and what I'm going to do for you is, and I did it at the event as well. So if you missed it, I'm giving it to you now. I'm actually going to give you a strategy, a few of my strategies where you can actually put this into play and start doing it right away. So I'm going to give you guys like 10 seconds to grab a pen and a notepad if you don't already have one. All right, I'm just going to count to 10 in my head. So Just grab a piece of paper, grab your pen, or whatever you use to take notes, because I'm about to give you some game right now that really works. It's something that I really do, that I actually teach my students, and they're successful with it, as well as I am. All right? So here's the general idea, all right? It's pretty much like a three-step process, right? As a real estate investor, right, no matter whether you're going to flip the house with no cash or credit, whether you're going to buy it, renovate it and sell it like you see on the HGTV shows, or you're going to make it a rental property, the number one thing that you have to do is you have to find a deal. So that's the number one thing you got to do. Remember, we talked about it, millions of opportunities, right? If you don't find a deal, okay, then you're not an investor, pretty much, okay? So you got to find a deal. And when I say find a deal, you got to make sure you're dealing with somebody who's a motivated seller, okay? The seller has to be motivated to sell the house in order for you to get a deal, all right? Because if they're not motivated, you're just not going to get a deal. So you got to be able to, target motivated sellers. And I'm going to teach you a strategy that I use that works really well right now. So I hope that you got your pen and paper, all right? I'm going to take you through this step by step, all right? So remember, the first thing you got to do is you got to find a motivated seller, all right? So just picture it like this. You don't know anything about real estate, right, except for what I just told you tonight. But you know you got to find somebody who's motivated to sell a house. Well, what's somebody motivated? I'll just give you an example. They could be, coming out of a divorce, or, they could be in foreclosure like Valerie's going to talk about tonight. They could have inherited the house through probate. That's a process in which someone dies and passes on the property to somebody else. It could be, they could be behind on their taxes. I mean, it's so many ways that you can find these motivated sellers. But one of the strategies I want to share with you tonight is how to find a motivated seller who is an absentee owner, okay? Now, what's an absentee owner? An absentee owner is somebody who owns a house, but they don't live in it, okay? It says it just like that. They're absentee, okay? They own it, but they're absent from the house, okay? Now, why would an absentee owner be motivated? Okay, you got three ways why you need to be targeting these people in your marketing, right? Here's why. If somebody owns a house and they don't live in it, which is an absentee owner, right? Here's your three scenarios. The house could be vacant, right? Now, if the house is vacant, that means that the seller, or the owner, that is actually losing money, because anytime you have a house, you got to pay taxes on it. So the house is just sitting there vacant, and you got to pay taxes on it. So that would lead them to be a motivated seller, motivated to sell it because they got this house just sitting, and they're losing money because they're paying taxes, right? Now, the second thing is they could have a tenant in the house, and the tenant could be just tearing up the house, you know what I mean? Just running it down real bad. I'm pretty sure, maybe some people on the line had have experienced that before, and if you have, then it's really bad. I've actually experienced that before. I wasn't motivated, though. I had to do what I had to do. But, some people, they can't take that. They just want to get out. So that's another good way to find somebody that's motivated, because they just might want to get rid of the house because the tenant's tearing it up and they're problem tenants, right? Or they could have a tenant. Here's option number 3. They could have a tenant in the house, and the tenant could be actually taking care of the property, right? And this means that the owner could potentially want to buy more houses, right? So now they could be a motivated buyer. Now, you got to remember, in this 3-step process, well, not that you got to remember because I haven't told you yet, but pretty much what you're doing is you're finding a seller, a motivated seller, and then you got to do everything in the middle, which is pretty much doing your contracts and everything like that. And then you have to find a buyer who's willing to buy it, right? End buyer. So that third option could be an end buyer. So you have 2 opportunities for a motivated seller, and you have 1 opportunity for a motivated buyer, right? And that's what you do. You match buyers and sellers, and you get paid in the middle when you're wholesaling. So let's get into the strategy now. So make sure you guys got your pens out and you're ready to do it, because I'm about to tell you exactly how you find these absentee owners, okay? Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to, I don't know everybody's area, but pretty much what you want to do is you want to think of a low to medium income area in your city or your town or whatever, right? The reason why I say that is because you don't want to really go into no high-end areas, because those people are more stable. You know what I mean? They're more stable, they're paying their bills. They're less likely to be a motivated seller. All right, and you want to stay in low to medium income areas. But not only that, your chances increase majorly when you're trying to flip this property to an end buyer. And the reason why is this, right? Anytime you have low income, in an area, right, you're going to have, Section 8. I'll just give you, there's plenty of different programs, but let's just say Section 8 for one, right? So if you're in a low-income area, likely you're going to have a lot of people in that area that have Section 8 vouchers, right? And anytime you go somewhere, well, not go somewhere, but anytime there's Section 8 vouchers, you better believe it's going to be smart investors like myself, right, who's going to want to invest in those areas so that way they can get those Section 8 people in those houses. And I'll just give you an example why, and I'm going to talk more about this later. Like for me, I do Section 8, right? And I love it because, number one, Section 8 pays me every month. I don't have to, chase down any tenants for my money or nothing like that, and so that's number one. They pay me. So and that's the biggest thing because I'm telling you, like, buying a house and renovating it and all the things you got to do and stuff like that. The last thing that you want to do is have to chase somebody down for your money because that's the whole point. You're trying to make money, so you don't want to have to chase nobody down for your money. So what I do is, this is a little tip. And I'm going to get back on topic away from this rental thing, but I always renovate my properties like tip-top shape. Like I give them everything, granite countertops, wash and dryer, stainless steel appliances, all that, because then that means I don't have that much maintenance on a house. So if I don't have no maintenance, right, and I get a good tenant in there that I screen or whatever the case may be, then all I got to do is just worry about getting my money every month. So I'm just saying all that to say that investors are going to be looking in those low to medium income areas to snatch up rentals that they can do a Section 8 with, right? So back to the absentee owner strategy, right? I hope everybody got that and it wasn't over nobody's head. I was just basically trying to say why it's important to think about a low to medium income area because you increase your chances of flipping these houses to these buyers because you want to always look at the whole picture. Okay, where are my clients buying at? Okay, low to medium income areas, less stability. Okay, now once you think of this low to medium income area, I want you to pick a street. Right now, when you pick that street, I want you to then go to Google Maps. Okay, Google Maps. That's like www.google.com/maps, I believe, right? And when you get there, you're going to put the name of that street in. So let's just say as a street name Elm Street in this low to medium income area, right? So you put in Elm Street, right? And once you put in Elm Street in the map, all of the other streets around Elm Street is going to populate on the map, right? So then you got that up. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to this website, right? It's called NetR Online. NetR Online, NETRonline.com. Now, once you go there, you're going to click on the tab that says Public Records Online, okay? Once you click on that tab that says Public Records Online, it's going to be a map of the United States that's going to come up. You're going to then pick your state, okay? So let's just say I'm going to pick Maryland because I'm in Maryland. So I pick Maryland, right? Then once I do that, it's going to have me select a county. So then I'm going to say, all right, Baltimore City. All right, so I select Baltimore City. Once I select Baltimore City, it's going to give me some options for some links to click on. So I'm going to click on the one that says Baltimore City County Assessor. No matter where you at, you're always going to click on the assessor link, the tax assessor link, because that's going to give you the information to basically who owns these houses and what their mailing address is, okay? Now, once you do that, let's say something comes up where it says street. You can search people's addresses by street address, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to select search by street address, and then I'm going to put in Elm Street, right? A lot of times they don't want you to put in street or avenue or road. You just put the name of the street in. So when I put in Elm Street, all of the houses on Elm Street is going to pop up, right? So then what I'll do is I'll just go through each house listing and whatever. Okay, so say I go into one house, right, and the mailing address is different than the actual property address. That means it's an absentee owner. Again, if the owner's mailing address is different from the actual house address, then that means it's an absentee owner, and you need to reach out to them via a postcard or a letter and let them know that you're trying to buy their house. And you just go through the whole block, and then after that, you look back on your Google map, and then you go to the next block, and then you do the same thing with them. So just picture this, right? let's say the next block over is Main Street. So you on Elm Street looking, but the next block over Main Street. So you do Elm Street and you do Main Street. Now let's just say on Elm Street, all those houses, you get 5 motivated sellers that want to sell a house. And then on Main Street, you got, say, 2 motivated buyers because they got tenants over there already in their property taking care of it real well. Don't you think that they would want to buy another house on the block right over on Elm Street? So picture this. So now now I'm telling you something you can do tomorrow, right? So let's just say, again, you get this house on Elm Street, and then you got another person that call you back and say, hey, well, I got your card, you said you want to buy my house, but, I'm not really selling right now, whatever the case may be. You automatically going to flip it on them and say, all right, well, my name is Mark Whitten, I'm an investor, and, I find houses well below market value. I sell them to other investors, whatever your pitch is. And then they say, yeah, of course, I'm looking to buy more houses. We all are. You know what I mean? That's a blessing anytime somebody tell you they can bring you a deal, because that's our number one goal, to find a deal. So now here it is. You got a seller on one block and you got a buyer on another block. That's a quick 10, 15 grand you can make without using your cash or credit. Right now, they say people want to know, well, how do you do this without using your cash or credit? Let's talk about the 3-step process. You find a seller, and then you're going to do a contract with the seller. Right? Once you do a contract with the seller, you have what's called an equitable interest, meaning that you can basically assign your interest in the property. Now, let's say you get the house under contract for, say, $50,000 with the person on Elm Street, right? Elm Street, and then $50,000, and then let's say the person on you can sell it. The most an investor will pay is, say, $60,000, and then what you would do is if the guy on Main Street, who's that buyer, if he agrees to give you $60,000, then what you'll do is you'll take your original contract that you did with the person on Elm Street, the motivated seller, and you're going to take what's called an assignment contract, and you're going to assign your contract for $50,000 to that buyer on Main Street for $10,000, and you're going to make $10,000 in the middle. All right, there's no laws that's basically saying that you have to put a deposit down on the contract, so that way you're not using any of your cash or credit to do this. It's just a specialized knowledge. I'm telling you, I got so many other ways that I'm going to show you guys how, to pretty much do this, how to find these sellers and these buyers. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more in the call, about that, about learning more about that or whatever. So, that's the strategy right there of finding absentee owners. I hope you guys took notes on that, and I hope you got it down, because this is something that you can go do pretty much tomorrow. All right. Now, let's talk about finding buyers, though. That was just one way of finding buyers through absentee owners, but I want to give you guys another way to find buyers, and this is I talked about this at the event as well. It's a website. I love it. It's called GoSection8.com. All right, that's GoSection8.com. And that's spelled Go section and then the number 8.com. And GoSection8.com is such a good website because, basically what that is that's landlords who are pretty much listing their Section 8 rentals, for rent. And that's what most people are trying to do. Like, I know for me, for example, I prefer to get someone with a Section 8 voucher over a market tenant all day long because, again, like I told you, I don't got to chase them down to get my money every month. It just go right in my account, and I love it. Like, I really do. Like, it's an amazing feeling. I mean, I'm telling you, like, I got like a 4-package deal. I'm just telling you guys about a 4-package that I have that I did like a refinance on. So it's like a group. Basically, I got a loan on 4 houses. You know what I mean? So I get paid. Oh, it's just great. I go into it. It's just a great feeling. Though I thought about it. I don't want to be putting out my personal information out there. What I'm actually making on just those 4. Like, I got more, but just them 4. You know what I mean? It's life changing. Them 4 right there pay all my bills. It hit my account every month. And guess how I started? With no money. Wholesaling houses or pretty much flipping houses with no cash or credit so I could advance to this stage. You know what I mean? So anyway, the GoSection8.com, what happens is these landlords, they go on there And like, I'll give you me for example. Okay, I get a property, I fix it up, whatever the case may be. It's time for me to find a tenant. I put it on GoSection8.com because I want a Section 8 tenant to find me and contact me. So what you got to do is just kind of reverse it. If you know that I'm a buyer, right? If you know I'm an investor and you know I'm a buyer and you're looking for me, why not find me there? My phone number's there, because you got to think, at this point, at me being an investor with a rental property I'm trying to rent, I'm a motivated renter. I'm motivated because I'm motivated to get somebody in my house as soon as possible. So I'm not going to make it hard for you to contact me. Like, I'm not going to send you through the hoops. I'm going to give you my phone number. Call me right now. Yes, I need you in there. So all you got to do is just call me and say, hey, my name is Mark Whitten. I'm an investor here in Baltimore. I see that you're also an investor. And obviously, if I got a property that I'm renting out, and you just say, hey, what I do is I find property well below market value and I sell them to other investors. I like to build a prosperous business relationship with you. Hopefully you can look at some of my deals. I'm going to be ecstatic about that because I'm always looking for deals. Remember, that's our number one goal as an investor, to find a deal. All right? So I hope that helped. I hope I gave you guys a really good strategy to find sellers and find buyers, something that you can put into action right away. Valerie?
Mark, I think that's great. He gave you 2 ways, okay? Well, he gave you a way to find sellers, netaronline.com, and GoSection8 to find your buyers. So I'm going to tell you, at the end of this call, we're going to be giving you an opportunity to work with us. And there's a website that Mark is going to be giving you where you will be able to find quite a few different sources of motivated sellers and buyers right at your fingertips by just going on the computer. So when Mark is talking about absentee owners, that's great because that's one of the number one sources of finding properties, and it's so many of them out here. So, Mark, that, like you said, people can go out and start doing this tomorrow, right in their own neighborhood. But, Mark,
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
What's the most amount of money you ever made on a wholesale deal or a flipping house deal?
The most money I ever made on a deal, let me see, I made $44,000 on a deal, and back in August, I made 32. Oh, let me tell you guys about this one though, right? This is not as much as the 44, and Valerie can kind of come in on this one because she was a part of it. So I had a 5-unit apartment building, right, that I had got under contract, and this guy was super motivated. He ended up getting the deal. He ended up buying the house, right? The apartment building, right? And he used a hard money loan. Okay, a hard money loan is pretty much another real estate investor who will basically lend you money for a short amount of time at a high interest rate, basically just to make money off of his money. So the guy bought the 5-unit apartment building, right? He messed up he basically messed the money up and didn't renovate it all the way correctly like he should have, right? So some time went by. The guy, the hard money lender was on his back. He was really stuck in a bad situation, right? So anyway, we come in. I find the property, and it happened to be a short sale because, remember, like, the guy was pretty much like, I know what happened. He got it from a hard money lender. I think he borrowed some money from a bank somehow. I'm trying to remember how he did this. He did something slick, like a refi or something with a bank, and he ended up being behind on the mortgage real bad. That's what it was. He started with a hard money. He got out of that and was with a bank, and I think it was Aquin, right? Wasn't it, Valerie? Remember that? It was Aquin.
I think it was Aquin, yes.
Yeah, it was. So
Aquin.
Yeah, it was a short. So basically, and Valerie's going to talk more about short sales later, in the call. But anyway, what happened was this deal was a short sale. Now here's the thing, right? I'm out here, I'm wholesaling, doing my thing, whatever. But short sales is not my thing. And actually, I wanted to learn short sales, and Valerie could tell you it's a funny story. She taught me how to do short sales. I didn't like it because it was too much talking to the bank. Like, it was just a lot of talking to the bank. It was not something that I wanted to do personally, but it's people that can do them for you. Like Valerie, I think you have like agents that do yours for you and stuff. I'll let you get into all of that. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this, right? I made $32,000 on this short sale that I didn't know anything about short sales. I was actually amazed when Valerie came in and took over and started working with this bank and doing all the things that she did to make this deal happen. I'm telling you, it was like a miracle. I didn't know how we was going to get this deal done, but she got the bank down to like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the debt on the property was like, I think it was like $200,000 or something like that. And Valerie got the bank to take $40,000. I'm not lying. This is a true story. I couldn't believe it, right? This was a short sale. And we made $32,000 on the deal. So that was another big deal that I did. And that wasn't the only short sale I done that Valerie done for me as far as a short sale. I know another deal I made $16,000 on. That was a short sale. I mean, I can go on and on about the deals that we've done together. That have been short, that was short sales. So when I'm saying all this to say that I document this stuff. I mean, if you guys go on my YouTube and or Instagram or whatever like that, most of the time I'm documenting my deals or whatever the case may be, and it's out there. You know what I'm saying? The deals is out there. You can make a lot of money doing this stuff. So I mean, yeah. To answer your question, most money I made, I did $44,000 on the deal. Then we did that short sale. That was $32,000. I remember one time I did this deal. I made $19,000 on the deal, and I was so happy. It was like right before a snowstorm happened. I went out and treated myself to dinner. I bought a bottle of wine. I sat there and got tipsy by myself, and I had the check on me. I just kept looking at it, like, you know what I mean? It's just a great business to be in. I'm telling you, especially when you're used to like working and like I remember I used to work, right? I ain't gonna ramble on too much, but I remember I used to work right before I got into real estate. I was working at this group home, and I used to work my butt off. I'm talking about all this overtime and stuff. And I remember it took me like 2.5 months to save up $5,000, and I thought I was doing something right. And then when you get into real estate and you start flipping, wholesaling and flipping these houses, you know what I mean? You start getting these checks for like $12,000, $15,000, $18,000, $5,000, $6,000, and you just be like, what was I doing? Like, really, I was literally stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. And oftentimes that's what we're doing. We're stepping over dollars to pick up pennies, all because we don't have the specialized knowledge. And that's what we're trying to share with y'all tonight. So, yeah.
Okay, Mark. You sort of touched on this a little bit, but let me ask you this. How can you build wealth with monthly cash flow as a landlord without using any of your own cash or credit? Because I know a lot of times people think if you're going to buy a property and be a landlord, you got to have money saved or you got to have money to do this. So how would you go about building that monthly cash flow without using any of your own money or credit?
All right, so basically, I try to make it as simple and clear as possible. Okay, I want to give you a scenario. Okay, let's just say I'm gonna use I don't know. I'll just call them Just think of somebody who like I'm gonna say Jay-Z. Let me use Jay-Z. All right, everybody, we all know who Jay-Z is. We all know he the man, right? Got a whole bunch of money, and he that guy. So let's just say I meet Jay-Z. And I'm like, no, let me move back a little bit. Let's say I find this deal, right? Because remember, I'm an investor, right? And my number one thing that I need to do is find a deal. So let's say I find this deal, and the seller's willing to take, say $20,000 for the house. And let's just say the house is worth $100,000 when it's fixed up, right? But it's going to take me, say, $30,000 to fix the house up. So that means that if I had $50,000, I can have this house all fixed up and ready to rent it, okay? But remember, all I am is just a guy. I'm just Mark talking to a seller. Seller said he'll give me this house for $20,000. I can put it under contract, and it's going to take me $30,000 to buy it. All right, so I meet Jay-Z the next day, right? Because I gotta break it to you down like this, because you gotta understand the benefit that Jay-Z would have for you to be able to even buy a house and do all this stuff without using your cash or credit. So I go to Jay and I say, Jay, look, man, let me tell you, I found this house in Baltimore, right? And the seller wants to sell it to me for $20,000. I only got to put 30 into it, or whatever the case may be. And once I do that, the house is going to be worth $100,000, right? And I figured that out through using my investor formula and things like that to find out, and which we're going to talk about later, how to find out that it was worth, $100,000. So I go to Jay, and he's like, all right, cool. So what you saying, And I'm like, all right, well, listen, check this out, man. If you lend me $50,000, right, so I can buy this house and fix it up, I'll give you 12% interest on your money over the next 6 months, and then I'm going to give you your $50,000 back. So Jay-Z thinking like, okay, so you telling me I can put $50,000 into this house of my money, and you're going to give me a return of 12% interest on that money, right? And then you're going to give me my 50 back after 6 months? That's a no-brainer to him, because anybody knows. Well, let me say in case you don't know. People with money, that's how they make money. They make money off of their money. So, like, even banks, for example, right? They lend you money to buy a house. The banks don't care about houses. It's what the houses can produce for them, right? The interest they can get off of a house. If anybody owns a house and you look at your mortgage statement, right, you will see that you're paying way more interest than you are the principal that's actually going towards knocking your mortgage down, right? Because that's what they do. They're making money off their interest, right? So, again, I'm just saying to say people with money make money off their money. So that's way more money than a bank can give him. And he's secure in the sense because if his loan that he gives me is backed by the real estate, meaning that if I default on the loan and I don't pay him back, then he's going to take that house back from me, and he's going to get the house for $50,000 or whatever that's worth $100,000 with 50% equity in it, which is really good, right? So again, let me kind of go into more of the structure of it. So now basically, 12% interest a month on the $50,000 will be $500 a month. Okay, so now let's say this house is going to rent Section 8 for $1,500, right? Let's say $1,600. So by the time I pay my mortgage to Jay for $500, and then I pay my taxes and insurance, let's say I'm at, I don't know, let's just say $800, right? Then I'm still making $800 a month. So I'm not using my cash or credit because guess what? The tenant is paying all of that. Once I got my tenant in there, which I'm going to get in there because I'm giving stainless steel appliances, countertop, granite countertops, washer and dryer, all of that, right? That $800, that $1,600 voucher that I'm getting is going to pay Jay back. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then refinance the house. So now I'm in this, now look, right? Everybody follow me. So now it's time for me to exit this loan, meaning the 6 months is up and I got to give Jay his money back, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refinance the house, all right? And I use this as a company. You can write this down. They call it Lima One Capital, okay? That's why I use the refinance properties. And what they'll do is they'll refinance you up to 75% LTV, which means they'll give you 75% of what the house appraises for, okay? So if that house appraises, when that house appraises for $100,000, that means they'll give me a $75,000 loan on the house, which is on the refinance. Remember, when I got the 50 from Jay, I financed it, right? When I refinance, this means I'm doing it again, and I get the money from the bank loan with a way lower interest rate than the 12%, okay, then I'm winning. So then I paid, so when I get that, say I take the 75 out, right, I'll take the 50 out the 75, give Jay his money back. I can put $25,000 in my pocket and still be cash flowing, owning the house. Never use none of my cash or credit. I know because I've done it and I do it. The key is you got to find a private lender, all right? Now, if you don't know, how to find a private lender, whatever the case may be, I actually got a resource that I'm about to actually tell you about right now where you can basically get a whole list of these private lenders, okay? If you can't get a private lender, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get what's called a hard money loan, which we talked about earlier. Okay, so before we get into, we're going to do a Q&A in a little bit. So everybody, make sure you stay on the call because Valerie is about to get into short sales and RAOs and all this good stuff that you really need to seriously need to jump on right now because now is the opportunity. But let me just say this real fast. I got to plug it. One of the main reasons, right, actually I said this at the event and I talked about it at the event, and Valerie can, attest to this, is like I called her up one day and I said, it's the fourth quarter. We got to get people involved because we always get excited around this time because we know what the banks is doing and how there's so much opportunity. And it's just opportunity all year round anyway. And I was like, I got this big following, and how can we help everybody? People want to work with us, work with me, work with us. What can we do to, try to help as many people as possible? So what we came up with is we're doing a 4-week fast-track online house flipping and wealth building class, right? And basically it starts on November 21st. And it's going to be 4 weeks of training, okay? Now, I just want to give you guys a little information about, what you're going to get. And I also want to tell you a little bit about the private lender list, so don't let me forget it. I won't forget about it. I'll tell you about it. So anyway, the 4 classes, you're going to learn about flipping short sales in detail. You're going to learn about the REOs, flipping REOs, which is bank-owned properties, in detail. You're going to learn how to flip the houses without your cash or credit in detail. And I'm going to be giving a lot for those of you, who've been following me and all that. I'm letting you know I'm going to be giving you some strategies in this class that you haven't heard before. So you got to make sure that you sign up. And and also I'm going to get into more strategies and more in detail how you can really get out here, and just give you my blueprint on how to get out here and get rentals without using your cash or credit. Now, the class is only $97, right? And all of the information, you can check it out. You can go to realestatemoneyclub.com/4-week class. That's the number 4, okay? Real Estate Money Club 4-week class, all right? And if you follow me on Instagram, it's in my Instagram bio. But let me just tell you what you're going to get with the class, right, with the 4 classes, right? So you're going to get 4 comprehensive live online quick start house flipping and wealth building training sessions, right? You're going to get a live Q&A with all the training sessions, just like we're going to do tonight. We're going to open it up for Q&A so we can get some of your questions, okay? And then you also going to receive because we're going to do a PowerPoint presentation, okay? It's not going to be like a conference call like we're doing now. It's going to be like an actual presentation. And you're going to get copies of the PowerPoints. You're going to get copies of the recordings of all of the training sessions. So you're going to get the PowerPoint and the recording, okay? You also going to get all of our house flipping contracts, scripts, and documents, so you're going to get that too. But this is also you're going to get 2 other bonuses also, which is you're going to get my intensive training webinar, and you're going to get Valerie's intensive foreclosure house flipping blueprint. All this on the website. Again, is realestatemoneyclub.com/4-week class. And if you follow me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. But this is what I really wanted to tell you guys about. That's this right here is worth the $97 by itself. So I was telling you guys about the private lender list, right? Because let me tell you. So basically, it's this automated house flipping software, right? That I partnered up with one of my investor friends so I can offer this to you guys. Now, with this automated house flipping software, you're going to pretty much get your own website, which is very important. I mean, everything's going on online, so you're going to automatically have an online presence for your real estate business, okay? Now, you're going to be able to research, basically any house in America, so no matter where you at, say you're, out looking for property and you see a vacant house, right, and you get the address, you can just go right in the system and put it in and find out who owned it, right there, just a push of a button, right? Now, you also going to get access to 10 different motivated seller sources. That's going to be right there pretty much at the push of a button for you. And then not only that, but they got these handwritten, robots that, handwrite letters for you. Now, handwritten letters always work better because it just look more personal. So all this in the system, this is like a push of a button. You could just send out letters with a push of a button to attract these sellers, right? Now, you also going to be able to find these private lenders that I was telling you about to basically, fund your rehabs and your rentals and all that kind of. Basically, what I just told you, you're going to be able to find lenders, private lenders, anywhere in the country using this software, all right? Now, they also got, this automated deal analyzer. So, let's say you don't know how to analyze a deal. All you got to do is go into a house. The system will ask you certain questions about the house. You answer those certain questions, and then it'll tell you exactly how much you need to offer on the house. So I'm telling you, it's real dope. But not only that, though, they got this component where you can find cash buyers all around the country. So it don't matter where you at. You can just go right here into the system, put in where you at, and just get a whole bunch of cash buyers that you could contact to buy your deals. And there's a whole lot more to it than that. Now, here's the thing with that, right? It's free for the first month. Now, again, this not my. I'm partnering with somebody on this. Now, it's free for the first month, so because I wanted to do that, not that I wanted to do that, but I want y'all to try it out. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, you can cancel it. But if you want to keep it, it's $47 a month. All right. So again, it's up to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could just get it for free for that month. Just try it out. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, just cancel. You know what I mean? So in a sense, it's free. But I know that it's valuable to you. So again, I just wanted to be able to offer this to you along with the $97 class, so that way you can see how valuable it is and how it can pretty much, help you in your business or whatever. So, again, we having a 4-week class. It starts November 21st. It's $97. All the stuff I just told you is included. I might have missed some things, but all you got to do is go to the website. Is realestatemoneyclub.com/4-week course. Again, it's the number 4, all right? And, again, we wanted to do this because, we want everybody to be successful. So we trying to, basically walk y'all through this and take our time and walk you through it. That's why we want to do a 4-week class, because we don't want you to get, sidetracked or, something else come up and you feel like, oh, I'm going to put this to the side, because this ain't really something you need to be putting to the side, for real. This is for real. This ain't nothing you need to be putting to the side. So that's why we wanted to do it in 4 weeks. And we can be doing the follow-ups and all that kind of stuff with our Q&As and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to plug that. So again, we about to move on right now. We're going to talk about how to pretty much get out here and deal with these foreclosures and work with these banks and these short sales that Valerie's been doing for years before I even got into the game. And it's just going to be a lot of good information. But I'm going to tell you all that website one more time. It's www.realestatemoneyclub.com/4-week class. That's the number 4. 4-week class is only $97. I'm telling you, jump on it. It's going to be dope. Valerie, you there?
I'm here.
All right.
Now, Mark,
did I miss anything?
one of the things you did forget to tell them, you can only take a limited amount of people. So anybody who's really interested in getting started with real estate investing, you want to really jump on that class right away, because we truly can only take but so many people. Is that correct, Mark? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I know that this is just so worth it. I just hope everybody take advantage of it. I'm excited about it because I just can't wait. I think it's such a great thing. But let's move on, though. Let's get back into some content. Valerie, you ready? I got some questions for you.
All right.
All right, so I talked about short sales earlier. I ain't talked too much about it, but I'll let everybody know about, how, the money I made on the short sales that you done for me, and, let them know that you was the number 1 foreclosure expert in the country. I really do believe that. I'm not just saying it. I can't think of one person that's out there that's better, especially teaching it. And, if it is, I don't know about them. There's nobody better teaching it. So let me ask you, so for the people out there who don't even know what a short sale is, just tell us, what is it? What is a short sale?
Okay. Let me explain to you. I'm going to break it down what a short sale is. A short sale occurs when a homeowner owes more on their house than what their house is worth, when they are behind on their mortgage and they need to sell it, but they can't sell it because they owe more than what the house is worth. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say similar houses in the area are selling for $100,000, but the homeowner owes $300,000 on their mortgage. Then they're up what's known as being upside down, because they owe more than what the house is worth, because the houses in the area are selling for around $100,000. So as long as that homeowner has a hardship, when I say a hardship, a reason why they are behind on their mortgage, then what will happen is many of the banks will do what is called a short sale. Short sale meaning they're taking a short on the mortgage. They're going to accept less in order to get the house sold so that it doesn't go to foreclosure. They will accept less than what's owed on the mortgage. And so that's what is known as a short sale. And short sales are a part of the foreclosure process. So typically a person who's doing a short sale, they are now in the foreclosure process. That's just the first stage of the foreclosure process. Lots of short sales out here, and a lot of homeowners that still need help getting their houses sold. Now, let me tell you something about short sales, and why I say a lot of the homeowners need our help, especially as investors. These are distressed homeowners. A lot of these houses need work. The homeowners don't have money to fix them up, okay, and so they have a problem selling them. Well, we as investors, what type of properties are we looking for? We're looking for houses that are distressed, or houses that need work, because we're going to turn around and sell them to people like Mark, who are your landlords and your rehabbers. So those houses are perfect for us as investors, and it creates a win-win situation for the homeowner. Homeowner gets rid of the house, okay, and we as investors, we get the property, and through the short sale, we're able to create some equity so we can turn around and wholesale the property. Remember, Mark just talked about wholesaling, flipping, but once the house goes through a short sale process, that's when we will turn around and flip it and make the money in the middle.
All right, cool. So, all right, so moving along. So let me ask you this, so Valerie. So, what's the difference between a short sale and an REO? Like, what does REO stand for, and like, what's the difference between that and a short sale?
Okay, a REO is a bank-owned property. Now, an REO has gone through the foreclosure process. So let me jump real quick to short sale. If a homeowner is doing a short sale, the homeowner still owns the property. Okay? So when a person falls behind on their mortgage, if they don't do something to cure that defaulted mortgage, or something to catch up, or make some type of payment arrangements in terms of the defaulted mortgage with the bank, what happens is it goes all the way through the foreclosure process, meaning it's going to go to the public auction or to the trustee sale, and it's going to be, the house is going to be put up for auction. Now, let's say nobody bids on the house at the auction, or the bids at the auction were not high enough. Then what happens is the property goes back to the bank. And when it goes back to the bank, it's now owned by the bank, and it's called real estate owned by the bank, which is your REO. Okay? So the difference between an REO and a short sale is short sale, homeowner still owns it. When it becomes an REO, homeowner no longer owns the property, bank owns it. So I really like actually working with both, because it creates an opportunity, in both phases of the foreclosure process. Now, let me just say this. Some people may not feel comfortable dealing directly with the homeowner. So if you don't want to deal with homeowners, that's okay. You can do REOs, because that way all you're doing is bidding on those properties when they're listed with a real estate agent for the bank, okay? But some of us like both. Some of us do short sales because we don't mind working with the homeowners. I see it as a service that I'm offering the homeowner, because we're helping the homeowner in the short sale process. Many times we're able to help the homeowner get money from the bank so that they can move on and start to rebuild their life and rebuild their credit. So, you can work with one or the other, or work with both, short sales and REOs. I think it's cool to actually, be able to do both.
Okay. So let me ask you this, moving on. So why is it important to know how to work with foreclosures when you wholesaling or flipping houses without using your cash or credit? Why is it so important to know how to work with foreclosures?
Okay, that's a great question, Mark. The reason it's so important, several reasons why it's so important that you're able to work with foreclosures is, number one, first of all, the number of foreclosures are now starting to increase again. A lot of people think that the foreclosure crisis is over. It is not. In fact, economists are predicting that within the next 18 months, the real estate market is going to crash again, that there's going to be another bubble, okay? The last real estate market crashed in 2008. Markets are constantly moving, and they're predicting that within the next 18 months, looking at what's happening in the real estate market now, that we're headed for another crash, okay? You can actually see the numbers of foreclosures going up each month, okay? There's companies like Realty Track that actually track the numbers of foreclosures. So there's still a lot of foreclosures out here in the marketplace. So that's one of the reasons why you need to know how to work with foreclosures, because it creates such a tremendous opportunity, not only to help homeowners, but also in order for you to build wealth in terms of these foreclosure properties. The second reason is when you're looking for properties, or when you're marketing to homeowners or talking to distressed homeowners, they're not always going to have properties that have equity in it. When you are wholesaling or flipping properties that are not foreclosure, most of those properties have equity. Now, it could be a property that's free and clear, meaning that it doesn't have a mortgage on it, or it could be a property that has a mortgage on it, but still has some equity in it, and you can flip it. But there are these homeowners out here who are going to contact you, and who you're going to come in contact with who are upside down, who owe more on their house than what their house is worth. So when you come across that type of homeowner, what are you going to do? Are you going to just let the homeowner know you can't help them and pass up on that opportunity? No. That's why you need to know how to work with foreclosures, because you want to be able to make money off of any type of property that you come across. For those of you who are using bandit signs, when you put out a bandit sign, you have no control over who is going to call you. You're going to get all types of calls from homeowners whose houses you can flip within 30 days or less. But then you're going to get calls from people, like I said, homeowners who need short sales done to their property, and you need to know how to work with homeowners. You don't want to pass up that money or that opportunity. So those are the reasons why you need to know how to work with foreclosures.
Okay. So let me ask you this, is there still a lot of foreclosures since the real estate market is pretty much recovered? I mean, is there still a lot of foreclosures out there? Is the opportunity out there right now for everyone?
The opportunity is there, okay? As I said, the number of foreclosures are increasing every month, okay? There are still a lot of foreclosures, not just short sales. There are bank-owned properties. There are REOs. There's a term called shadow properties. The banks have a lot of what is known as shadow properties, meaning these are properties that the banks have taken back that they have not even released out to the marketplace, or have released for out so that people can actually bid on those properties. Why? Because if the bank releases all these shadow properties at one time, it will surely cause the market to immediately crash. So what banks do is a certain amount of properties that they own every month, they will release them out into the marketplace so that home buyers, whether it's somebody looking to live in a house or it's investors, can attempt to buy those properties. So there's plenty of opportunities here, whether it's REO properties, those owned by the bank, or whether it's those homeowners who are in the short sale situation. So there's no shortage of properties of these foreclosures to work with. Now, let me just tell you this. Once you learn how to wholesale or flip properties, whether it's foreclosures or whether it's properties that have equity, you can sit and do this from your computer all over the country. Okay? All over the country. It's not, I started doing this, flipping properties, 17 years ago, okay? And we used to have to run around and actually see the properties. Those days are gone. With the advent of the Internet, a lot of the properties are online. For example, let's take HUD properties. You can go on HUD.gov, and you can look at HUD properties all over the country. And you can put bid in, as long as you're a real estate agent, you can put bids in on those properties all over the country. Let's connect the dots. Mark is talking about, or will be giving you software where you can find buyers. That software, I'm very familiar with it. We use that to find buyers all over the country. So let's say if the property, I found a HUD house in Atlanta, okay, I can go on that, use that software to pull buyers in that area, contact them to see if they're interested in purchasing that property. I can find a buyer, okay, just using that software, and be able to flip the property and never leave my computer. I'm telling you, there's so much opportunity out here, not just in your own backyard or where you live, all over the country. So once you master or you learn how to flip properties, flip houses, flip foreclosures, I'm telling you, it is so powerful. You will do it the rest of your life just because it's so much money to be made doing this, and it's a lot easier to do than it used to be. When Mark talked about short sales, of how he really didn't particularly care for them that much because he didn't want to be on the phone with the bank all the time. Well, it's different now. There are people who do that for you. You don't have to be on the phone with the bank, and you still can make money flipping short sales. So I'm telling you, everybody who is on this call needs to sign up for that 4-week online class, because I am going to be showing you how to take advantage of this opportunity. Like Mark said, banks, we're in the last quarter, and the bank's last quarters go through the end of January. So between now and January, that's when they are really trying to unload a lot of their properties. And I'm going to teach you how to take advantage of that and make as much money as you can doing this.
All right, so you brought up a good point when you talked about the money, and I just want you to just tell everybody, like, what's the most money you ever made on a short sale, and just tell us a little bit about the deal.
Okay. The most money I've ever made on a short sale was $219,000. Okay?
Wow.
That was on a short sale that I actually did in Washington, D.C. Now, granted, I live in Maryland. Amazing story. All right? If you said to me, Valerie, describe the inside of that house or ask something particular about that house, if Mark said to me, I'll give you $1 million today, I wouldn't be able to tell him because I never left my computer, okay? I never went over to see that house. I was able to make $219,000 on that short sale, never going over to that house, okay? Just by being able to get certain information, being able to pull comps, all right? Having pictures of the house, I was able to evaluate that house, put my offer in with the bank, and get the short sale approved, and wholesale it to another buyer or flip it to another buyer. Now, let me tell you a little bit about that deal. It was actually a 4-unit building that an investor had actually purchased, and they were going to actually do a condo conversion. But they ran out of money, and so they couldn't complete the condo conversion. They had building materials and, but a lot of building materials that they had purchased, but still was not able to complete the condo conversion. Well, after we did the short sale, actually the seller, the investor that was going to do the condo conversion, they were able to get $20,000 out of it because the people who we flipped the property to, who was going to complete the condo conversion, brought some of those building materials from that seller. So it turned out to be a win-win all the way around. So I'm telling you, all types of properties you can do these short sales on. Whether it's a single-family house, it could be a row house, it could be a luxury home, any type of house. We've made anywhere, if I had to say what the average that we make on these short sales, our average is going to be anywhere from $15,000 to $22,000 in the area that we live in. I do a lot in PG County, Maryland, and in Baltimore County, Maryland, okay, and even in Baltimore City. So I want to say our average is anywhere from the $15,000 to $22,000 per deal.
And it's real. I mean,
it's real. It's for any of you who were at the seminar this weekend that Mark and I did. Oh, it was absolutely phenomenal. And we actually had students there who were doing these type of deals. And just so you can understand, not just with short sales, but just on your straight wholesale deal, okay? Straight wholesale deals with equity. We had one student there on a burnt-out house in Prince George's County, Maryland. He made $60,000 in a little less than 45 days. So I'm telling you that flipping houses, these houses are everywhere. And anybody really can do this. All you need to do is get some training so you'll know what to do. Be consistent, put your mind to it, and you can do it. You can do it, especially when you have someone that's guiding you on how to do it. There's no guesswork. There's no guesswork as what do I do in the contract. We're gonna give you the contracts. In that 4-week online class, you're gonna get everything that you need to do this.
Yep. You're going to get it all. I mean, and not only are you going to get everything you need, but, we're going to get, if you think you learned something tonight, then trust me, you're going to get us for 4 weeks. I mean, we're going to give it to you because we want you to win. Like, we want you to be successful. You know, we like testimonials. We want to be able to show the community, like, look, man, this can, and we all come together and really take advantage of all this real estate that's around us and empower each other. That's why I always say educate the community, empower the community, because, you know, I tell you this, there's way more houses out there than it is us that's trying to get involved at this moment. You know what I mean? That's why I said in the beginning of the call, there's millions of opportunity out there. All you need is this specialized knowledge and the willpower to want more. You got to ask yourself, why are you doing it? You know, for me, you know what I'm saying, like, I want my son to have everything I ain't have. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to ever have to want for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just me. I mean, some people say, well, you don't want to spoil them, but, hey, that's just me. That's what I want. You know, I grew up always wanting things I couldn't have. So now, you know, it's different with him, and that's my motivation. That's my drive. I want to be able to leave something to him. I want to be able to leave him a portfolio of houses and knowledge on top of that, so he can get out here and do the same thing. Because, like I told you, you know, the real estate was here before us, and it's going to be here after us, and it's not going to change. It's always going to be in my opinion, the number one wealth building tool for people who come from nothing. And I'm not saying everybody on the phone come from nothing. I'm saying I pretty much came from nothing, and most of us have. I mean, you know, most people, you know, weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth or a trust fund baby or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. So why get out here and you know, build somebody else's dream? Like, why go out here? I'm not saying, you know, quit your job and all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, like, wherever you work at, if you got a job, that was somebody's dream. Why not have your own? You know what I mean? Have your own dream. You know, get into this real estate and have your own dream or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Because it's just, I mean, I don't know. I know for me, and I'm not, like, saying there's anything wrong with it, but I know me, I couldn't work for nobody. Like, knowing what I know about real estate in these houses, like, if I ever needed some money, if I was ever down or if I just needed some money, I'd just go flip a house. But bottom line, I just go find me a house and go flip it, and boom, there it is. I'm good, you know. And once you acquire that skill, nobody can take it from you. So, again, you know, that's why we wanted to just do this 4-week class, you know what I mean, and just make it affordable for everybody, because that way we can really take you all through this process and hold your hand through it and really, you know, show you how it go down, basically. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. I mean, we're going to get into some Q&A, but, again, let me give you all that website again. It's realestatemoneyclub.com/4 week class, okay? So that's realestatemoneyclub.com/4 week class, but it's the number 4. It's not spelled out. It's the number 4 week class. realestatemoneyclub.com/4 week class. The itinerary is on the website of when the classes start, what the class topic is about. You're also going to get the intensive training webinar. You're going to get all of our forms and scripts, all of the contracts that you're going to need to do these deals. You're going to get Valerie's foreclosure training, and you're going to get that automated software, which is super dope. Like, I'm telling you, like, and again, it's $47 a month, but it's free. It's free for the first month. Just try it out. If you don't like it, just get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if you're serious about this, then it's going to really be an effective tool for you, and that's why I partnered with my friend down in Florida, one of my investor buddies, to be able to offer you guys this software. So, let me see, anything else? Again, realestatemoneyclub.com/4 week class is only $97. Valerie, anything else before we get into the Q&A?
Not too much to say, because we just have so much to give them in that training. If you felt like, you know, you don't understand everything we're talking about tonight, don't worry about it. We break it down so simple for you on the training in an easy-to-follow way. If you didn't get it tonight, you will get it then. And especially because you will get the PowerPoint and audios right after each training. Those are going to be sent to you, so you will be able to review them, okay, and go over it again so that you'll be able to get it. But I'm telling you, it is so important to get these concepts and just start taking advantage of these opportunities out here. If this is what you want to do, if you want to change your life, your family's life, and be able to help your community, this is a way to do it, okay? You have to have your why. Mark's why is his son. My why is my family, my church, and being able to help others. That's a big why for me, because no matter what I do, I want to be helping others along the way. And that's why Mark and I are doing this training for $97. Okay, if you think about it, for those of you who have gone to other real estate trainings, how many people out here do you know that offer a 4-week training for $97? Okay, only somebody who cares about sharing and passing this information on would do that. So I'm telling you to just, take advantage of this opportunity while it is available.
Right,
so,
and I was just sitting here thinking, you mentioned the seminar, and for those of you, most of you follow me on Instagram. If you don't, it's at Mark Flips Houses. I got a student, Tyler. He's in Indianapolis, and y'all might have saw me go out there. I did a video with him at a settlement where he made like $11,000 on a deal. He told you he didn't use none of his cash or credits. Right on my Instagram, only a few posts back. I just want to tell y'all this quick little story. He came to my seminar, right? Came to my seminar on Saturday. He could only make our seminar. He could only make one day. So he was supposed to get in at like 11 o'clock and whatever the case may be. He was only coming to share his story. He was that inspired and just motivated, and just, we just had a good, chemistry, man. He was very thankful for what I shared with him, the strategies and things like that to help him change his life. So long story short, he got caught up in Chicago. He ended up not making it to the seminar until like 4:30. It ended at 5. Like, he literally rolled up in the hotel ballroom at 4:30. So once I seen him in there, I told the story real quick, and I called him up, and he shared his testimony. And I got to edit the video. I'm gonna put it online soon or whatever. But the point I'm saying all this, after he shared his story, he rolled right out and went right back to Indianapolis, man. And he texted me when he got back and just thanked me again for the opportunity and stuff like that. But the point I wanted to make is, man, this guy made like $50,000 in like less than 2 months, just wholesale, flipping houses, not using none of his cash or credit. And he told us at the seminar, he was telling me before, but he told everybody at the seminar, he got a deal now that he just put in the contract as a vacant lot that's selling for $80,000. He locked it up for $40,000, so that's like another $40,000 he about to make. So he's looking at close to $100,000 in less than 3 months. Like, this is real. Like, I would never get on here and lie to y'all. That ain't worth it. Like, my name and my reputation is worth way more than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you some facts. Like, this is really happening, and it's right here. It's right here for us, Like, God gave us all this land. Take advantage. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to take advantage, And people say to me, like, well, Mark, why are you telling everybody? And, why are you telling everybody? Because I ain't going to live forever. You know what I mean? I love when people hit me back, or they DM me or message me or send me an email or do a video for me and told me they made money, because, that's life-changing. I remember one of my students, Winston, right? One time he did his first deal. He made like $5,000, right? And I remember he told me that his wife was like a little bit hesitant about it. Like, they was in the, like, good church people and everything, and she was just like, just skeptical, and but he was very gung-ho, like, no, this guy Mark is real, he's real. So, like, I really went the extra mile to make sure he was successful. He did his first deal in like 3 weeks. It was almost a month probably, right? No, I'm sorry, I got it mixed up. He was a little longer than that. He was like 3 months, excuse me. He did his first deal in like 3 months, because he was like off and on. He wasn't really giving it his all and all that. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When he did his first deal, he made $5,000. I remember he told me, he sent me a picture and everything. It was around Christmas time, and he took the $5,000 check and put it on the Christmas tree, and his wife came in and saw it, and she just broke down crying. It was just an emotional story. I'm just saying, it really do change people's lives, and some people on the line might be like, well, $5,000, that's not a lot of money. But I remember $5,000 was a lot of money. Like, you know what I mean? I remember $1,500 was a lot of money. So I'm saying, like, for those of you out there who maybe already getting money, or, is used to getting, real, not that, $1,500 ain't real money, but I'm just saying, like, it's out here, you know what I mean? And it's out here in abundance. And, I really just hope everybody join this class, because I'm telling you, we got some stuff for y'all. Like, it's going to be no excuse for you not to be successful. Like, really. Like, if you're not successful, then it's because you just don't want it. Like, your mindset ain't there. But we're going to give you what you need. Again, the website is, and I see I'm looking at my email. We got a lot of people signing up, so I appreciate everybody for taking action on that right now. And the space is limited, so just make sure that you get on there and sign up as soon as you can. It's realestatemoneyclub.com/4-week class. That's the number 4-week class, all right? realestatemoneyclub.com/4-week class. That's the number 4. You're going to get 4 weeks of training. You're going to get copies of everything, the PowerPoints, the recordings. You're going to get all of our contracts and scripts. We're going to show you how to use those contracts and scripts to get these deals done. You're going to get the automated software where you're going to get your own website. It's going to help you manage your own business, your whole real estate business. I mean, you got sellers at the push of a button, buyers at the push of a button. They got handwritten, like these automated robots that handwrite the letters for you, send them out for you. I mean, it's truly a great thing. Like, it really is. Again, that's free for the first month, but then it's $47 after that if you want to keep it. But again, I partner with my friend. And that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm checking my email. I see a lot of people signing up. I hope that you guys continue to sign up, because this is what it's all about. You know what I mean? This is what it's all about. Let's get out here. Let's get this money. Let's take care of our families. Let's take care of our children. That's what it's all about, because we ain't going to be here forever. So, that's pretty much it. I just want everybody to just go to the website, realestatemoneyclub.com/4-week class. I'm telling you, we're going to give y'all some great stuff. Valerie, I'm going to go ahead and get into the Q&A now. It's getting, let me see what time it is. It's 9:30.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and get into the
idea.
Q&A now. Any last things you want to say, Valerie, before we start taking questions?
No, that's okay. No, I think it's really good to just let's get the questions started.
Okay. So if you want to ask a question to get in the line to do so, you're going to dial *6. Okay, *6 will get you in the line to get your questions answered. Okay, and we're going to start now. Just give me 1 second. It takes a second here. All right. Trying to 1 second. Sometimes it takes a little second here, Valerie, to get the list to come up for people that got their questions. All right. Hello. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello. Hello. What's your name and where you calling from? Okay. They're on the line, but they're not saying anything. We're going to move on. Hopefully we can come back. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, my name is Tiffany from New York.
Hello, what's your name again? I'm sorry.
Tiffany, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, hey, Tiffany. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thanks.
So my quick question is, when you're saying that you're pretty much the middleman in between the buyers and sellers, are you pretty much a real estate broker without the real estate broker license, or is there licensing involved?
You don't have to be licensed to be an investor, all right? And Valerie, you can jump in if you feel the need. Basically, to answer your question, okay, you don't have to be licensed to be a real estate investor. Everything we're talking about tonight is real estate investor strategies. It has nothing to do with having a license or being a realtor. What I can tell you is that you want to make sure as an investor that you just basically disclose the fact that If you are licensed, let me give you an example. Let's say you are a real estate agent. For all of you real estate agents on the call tonight, when you are doing things as an investor, just disclose the fact that you're licensed. That's all. So like if you might want to put it in your contract. So your name, what's your last name, Tiffany?
Kennedy.
Okay, so you may say, hey, I Tiffany Kennedy am a licensed real estate agent in the state of New York. And you just put that in your contracts, for your houses that you're getting. That's it.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining us. So you going to sign up
too.
for the class?
Yeah, I'm going to sign up.
All right, that's what's up. I appreciate it. So I look forward to talking to you again on our Q&A when the classes start.
All right, no worries. Enjoy your night.
All right, you do the same. Thanks.
All right.
Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, yes. My name is Shanae. I'm calling from Maryland. I am a mortgage processor. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Great. I'm a mortgage processor. So my question is a two-part question that I have. What if the area that you're looking in currently have houses that's been sitting on the market for several months, sometimes years?
Valerie, you want to take this? We can kind of go back and forth.
Yes, okay. There's no problem. I mean, we work with houses, especially when you're talking with short sales, that people haven't paid their mortgage in 2 or 3 years. Or just in terms of straight selling, we work with houses that have been vacant for several years. Each house is going to have its own particular situation, so it's just a matter of contacting that homeowner, finding out what the situation is, and getting it under contract and going from there.
Okay. And then the second question that I have is I actually have 2 prospects that will fit 2 scenarios. One is in the midst of going into a foreclosure, and the other is actually a landlord that has tenants who is not paying rent on time, so he's thinking about selling. So how would I get involved to make them my first 2 clients?
Well, first of all, you got to learn how to do it. So,
okay.
Yeah, you're going to need to, the class that we're giving, that online class is going to show you how to structure these deals so that you will know how to do this. So the first thing, as I said, you need to get the knowledge on how to do this, so you'll know what to say when you approach, the homeowners. And the one that's going in foreclosure, are they behind on their mortgage?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Definitely you're going to need to learn how to structure that deal. And that's something that I personally will be going over in that class.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to sit and tell you, you know what I'm saying,
yes, ma'am.
On this call.
Right, not on this call. And another question, when you sign up for the class, do you actually get a mentor to help you along with the process, like for 30, 60 days until your first deal is done? How would that work?
Well, the class is actually for 4 weeks. And so during that 4-week period, it's a group class, but you will be able to ask your questions. So if you were to ask that question or email me that question, I am going to answer in terms of how you should do it.
But you don't get a mentor to walk you through your first deal. That's what I'm asking.
Okay. You will have an opportunity. If you do want a one-on-one mentor, you will have an opportunity to sign up for a one-on-one mentor.
Okay, great.
Not in the $97 class.
Okay, great.
But let me jump in. We're only actually offering that for the people in the $97 class. I'm glad you brought that up, Valerie, because I spoke about this at the event because a lot of people was asking us about one-on-one, pulling us up saying, hey, when are you going to do some one-on-one? And just to be, to be honest, not honest, but to be real about it, it's like, we want you to be
$97 is not.
Huh?
I would say $97 is not enough for somebody to dedicate.
No, that's not what I was going to say. No, I wasn't going to say that.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
No, no problem. No, what I was going to say was we want to get one-on-one with people who we already trained. You see what I'm saying? Like we don't want to take people who people just so it's like we nurture you to that point in the $97 the class if you need it or if you want it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why so just for everybody on the line, if you think about one-on-one coaching, we are going to be offering that with the $97 class. So yeah.
But we want you to have concepts in this 4-week online class. You will have those concepts, and you will understand what we're talking about. So you'll be able to a lot quicker be able to do deals. Okay. Once I cover that, you're going to almost know immediately what to do. You see what I'm saying? But we will answer your questions. If you have questions during that 4-week, we will answer your questions.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks
a lot. Have a good evening.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Hello. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello. My name is Fatina from New Jersey. I was actually wondering, in the wholesale process, what are some of the risks that you face, and what are some ways to avoid that?
Risk that you face. Okay. I can kind of give you one right now that's on a deal with one of my students that's happening right now, and we're actually working our way through it. So I'm trying to give you something real up-to-date right now. So basically, one of my students, David, he has a deal, and basically what happened was we took a $2,500 deposit from the end buyer. Okay, the guy has his money in escrow and everything, so he decides to back out of the deal, right? For whatever reason, he ain't want the deal. So we want the $2,500 because according to our contract, he has to forfeit that $2,500 deposit for pretty much tying up our deal and not settling on it, right? So the title company is like giving us a little bit of a hard time releasing the $2,500 deposit to us because I guess they just don't want to, these buyers want to come and say threaten them for whatever reasons. I mean, I don't know. Like, we're trying to figure it out now. So as far as like how to avoid that, we've actually been talking about that, like, because it's already in the contract. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Val, you had that happen to you before? Because this is like really like probably the first time like a buyer backed out and then wanted to like give us a hard time about the deposit. You know what I mean?
Well, I have had a buyer back out, Mark, but we did keep the deposit. Okay.
As far as the title company though, like trying to like. Because basically what's happening is
it's not one of the ones that we normally use, Mark?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And look, I called him today. I ain't going to say his name, but I called him today because my student called me, and he's like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying, what's going on? Because, like, our contracts say that we need that $2,500. Like, I know. I said, yo, I'm going to call him right now. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Because he's like, yeah, he's saying that the buyer called and was like he shouldn't release it or something, and he waiting until a certain amount. I don't know. It's just maybe that wasn't a good example, but that's the first thing that came to my mind because this is an issue that we're working through right now. And everything, and that's the beauty of real estate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always something different. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I like about it because everything is different. No deal is the same. You know what I mean? But anyway, I just kind of wanted to bring that up. But we're going to work through it, and I guarantee you we're going to get that $2,500 deposit. I guarantee
you will too, Mark. Let me answer her question also. One of the things in terms of risk, to cut down on the risk, your contract has to be done in a certain way. You have to make sure that you have whatever contingencies you need in there. Your contract needs to be clearly stated so that that if anything comes up, the contract that's what the contract is there to do, to address any issues that, could come up. So really we don't have too many issues in terms of risk.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
I would say that we really don't have too many. I mean, Mark, what do you think other than that? I do have a solution for what you're saying, Mark.
Well, yeah, I definitely, because we definitely figuring that out. But, yeah, I was just to follow what you're saying. Like, to be honest, like truthfully honest. Like in my whole time of doing this, I can't think of anything that's risky. Honestly, like I don't even know if that's a risk because this is like the first time this ever happened. So I couldn't even say like before, like, hey, this is a risk because this is kind of weird a little bit almost. Like really, this not even supposed to be happening. The title company's supposed to just give us the money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know, but. Anyway, to answer your question on my end, and Valerie, you can follow up if you want, but yeah, I can't really think of anything that is a risk because our contracts are bulletproof. Number one is, if a seller or a buyer signs our contracts, which they always do, it's always in our favor. So it's never been any risk for me. Like,
right, we haven't really had those problems because of the contract. Okay.
All right. So you want to all right. So we're gonna move on. You good? Hello?
Oh, yes, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Have a good evening.
You too.
All right. Hello. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, I'm Quentin Thomas from Detroit, Michigan.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, my first question is, because I was on a different call earlier, and I couldn't make the beginning of this call. My first question is this call going to be recorded?
Yes.
Okay, my second question is, I'm already in the Real Estate Money Club. I discovered your program on Instagram, and I finished it. The only problem I'm having is a little bit confusion with the contract. I don't know if you remember on the fourth installment. So I think it's called.
I don't mean to cut you off, bro. I don't mean to cut you off, but can you email me? We do a Q&A for the Real Estate Money Club, and this is just not what this call is about. So if you don't mind, maybe shoot me an email or something like that, or we'll talk on our weekly coaching. I mean, our bi-weekly coaching, but this is not about the Real Estate Money Club. So, yeah, shoot me an email, and we'll figure it out.
Okay, I'll definitely do that.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
All right. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good.
I'm Kay calling from North Carolina. Basically, how do you go about vetting the company, I forget the name you just said, the one that's holding the money, the check for your buyer, for your student?
The title company.
The title company, yes.
Can I answer, Mark?
Sure.
Okay. All right. First of all, you're in North Carolina, so you are an attorney state, meaning that each person, each party, the buyer has to have their own attorney, the seller has to have their own attorney, and then there is a title company in the middle. And one of the things what you want to do is, in terms of choosing title companies, you can check with other investors who are doing these type of deals. They will be able to recommend title companies to you. Okay?
Okay.
And you can go on meetup.com and post that you're looking for an investor-friendly title company, or go to the real estate investment clubs, the RIAs. So it's not going to have a problem finding a title company. Without seeing Mark's, what's going on, without finding out more details as to what's going on with, Mark's, why the title company isn't giving that their deposit back, we really can't say anything. I can't say too much about it, or he may not can say too much about it. Mark, is the contract up?
Here's what I can say.
Well, let me ask you this. Is the contract up?
Yeah, the contract is up. But I just want to say this real quick, because I think this is real important. And I'm telling you this. What's your name again? I'm sorry, caller.
It's Kay. K-A-Y, Kay. Mm-hmm.
All right, that's what I can tell you. I'm telling you this as truthfully and honestly as possible, right? Like, that's not really something. I'm going to speak from my own experience. I've been doing this for 8 years. This is the first time this happened to me out of many, many, many deals. Very to tomorrow and figure it all out. You know what I mean? But this is not something that's like a roadblock or something that's like going to stop you from getting out here and getting it. All I'm saying is this: take heed of it, but don't worry about it. Like, don't think it's going to be something that's going to. 9 times out of 10, it probably won't even happen to you. But that's my opinion. I don't know. But what was you saying, Valerie?
Nothing.
I guess basically what I'm trying to find out is what are the qualities I should look for in a good title company. That's essentially what are certain qualities I should look for, in a for a good title company. Somebody that's going to be easy to work with, get the job done, basically do what I need them to do, function in the capacity that I need them to function without incident. What should I look for?
They need to be investor friendly. They need to work with quite a few investors. Do those type of deals. You want to ask them, do they do assignments? Do they do double closings? Those type of things. They must be investor friendly.
Okay.
You said you were in New Jersey, right?
No, I said North Carolina.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad, Kay. I remember your name, though.
It's all good. It's all good.
What if I'd have been wrong about that? I'd have went to sleep, but anyway.
But Valerie, again, you said that I need to make sure that they do assignments and that they do. You said one thing after that.
I mean assignments, double closings. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. All title companies are not going to may not do the same thing. You may have to have more than one title company. Mm-hmm. I mean, I have at least 3 that I use, and I'm constantly asking people or other investors, what title companies are you using? Do you like them? Do they do assignments? Do they do double closings? So sometimes what will happen is if I have a certain type of deal, well, I know this particular title company will do this type of deal, but the one over there won't. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going to be more than one title company, I can guarantee you, that you're going to be working with, because you're not going to find one title company probably that does everything that you want them to do.
Now, are they also all in-state for you, or are they, like, out-of-state, or are they all in your local area?
They're in-state.
Okay.
You're going to want somebody that's in-state. And the reason you're going to want somebody in-state, because either you're going to go to the title company for your closings, or they're going to send someone out to you to do the closing. I mean, you could use one of the national ones, because I can think of, you could use some of the national ones, but most of the time you're going to use an in-state one.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
You're quite welcome. Have a good night.
Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, hi. What's your name and where you calling from?
How you doing? My name is James Buzz. I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. How you doing, James?
I'm doing well. First of all, I'd like to, thank you guys, man, for everything that you put online and social media and whatnot. It's very inspiring.
Thank you,
my
man.
question,
Thank you.
It's awesome stuff. My question is that as far as the club is concerned, and the wholesale initial, the initial start, man, because I see, where it's going. How far up are you guys working as far as in the real estate club? I mean, are you guys into buy and holds? Are you into serious rehabs? Are you into commercial real estate? How deep does the club go at the current moment?
Well, we do it all on the residential side. I mean, we rehab and we buy and hold. We do it all on the residential side. I don't do much commercial. Valerie?
I do commercial.
Yeah, Valerie does commercial. I know when you get into those
and residential.
Yeah, I'm mainly residential myself. Valerie's doing both.
Awesome. My second question, I know you guys gotta go, but my second question is, as far as the programs that are available, for assisting people that are trying to invest in uplifting the city, especially in the Baltimore area. For instance, the Vacancy to Value program. I mean, do you guys implement any of the programs that the local governments offer with the programs you currently offer?
I mean, as far as what, teaching people how to do it?
Well, just like the familiarity that you guys possibly may have with it. Like, for instance, in the local area in Baltimore, they have a Vacancy to Value program.
They have the Vacancy to.
Yeah, I'm actually very familiar. The guy who runs it, his name's Evan Helfrich. I wouldn't call him a friend of mine. I would call him a pretty good associate, though. I mean, I got all his information. If I ever wanted to do something in the program, I would. I haven't done anything with it. We've met a few times. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? I think everybody has their niche that they stick to that works for them, that makes them money, and you get consumed in that, and you kind of stick with it. So.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Right.
I'm definitely going to sign up for the program. Thanks a lot. Hope to be doing some stuff with you guys in the Baltimore area, man. Appreciate you.
For sure, man.
Great.
Thanks. Appreciate your support, man.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from? Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Montez. I'm calling from Boston, Mass.
Hey, how you doing, Montez?
Good, and yourself?
Good, thanks.
I just basically had a simple question. I'm very much interested, but let me just get your opinion. Like, is this something that could possibly work in different regions? Because I'm up here in Boston, Mass, and the housing market is a little different up here. Just what's your opinion about that?
Valerie?
Wholesaling and flipping houses works everywhere in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Okay, definitely in Boston.
That's great. And just another part of my question is, I'm like a 48-year-old man. Do you think it's too late in the game for me to get in the game regarding something like this, or it doesn't matter?
If you said
can I answer, Mark? Can I answer, please? Okay. I'm laughing because I'm older than you. All right?
Okay.
It is never too late. Okay? Please trust and believe when I tell you that. Okay?
Yeah.
It is never too late. So we look forward to you joining us. All right?
That's great. I'm going to sign up.
You got the website. It's realestatemoneyclub.com /
Oh, yeah. I follow you on IG.
Okay, good. So you know the link's in my bio.
Yep, right there. I see
All
it.
right, man. All right, cool. Thanks a lot, man.
All right,
good evening. All right, again, everybody, if you haven't signed up yet, I mean, we're getting a lot of people signing up. The spots is limited. I really highly recommend that you jump on it right now. The website is realestatemoneyclub.com / 4-week course. That's the number 4-week course. Let's keep it rolling, all right? Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, hi. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Sharice. I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey, Sharice, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I got two questions. My first question was, I had heard another person online, and Miss Valerie said that North Carolina is an attorney state. Can she tell me what she means by that?
An attorney state means that in a real estate transaction, the buyer has to have their own attorney and the seller has to have their own attorney. And then in the middle, the title company will actually close it. What the attorney does is they look out for each person's best interest, each party's best interest. So the buyer's attorney will look out for the buyer, and the seller's attorney will look out for the seller's best interest.
So should I seek an attorney before I even start the process?
Absolutely not. Okay?
No?
Absolutely. No, you don't. Because you really need to learn how to do this, and I will be giving you resources and, letting you know what to do. For example, one of the things that I recommend that people do is you can't do this business alone. So you want to get in touch with your local REIAs, your real estate investment associations, and they will be able to appoint other investors who are doing these types of deals. They will be able to point you to, who the investor-friendly attorneys are, investor-friendly title companies. So you don't need to get a attorney before you start learning. You won't need it, okay? So I would suggest you just wait and let me direct you as to how to do that, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. My next question was, Mark, okay, so I signed up for the Real Estate Money Club, which I'm paying $19 a month, right? So I need to know, like, should I still sign up for the 4-week class because I already signed up for the Money Club?
Yeah, you should, and the reason why is because of this, okay? Well, number one is that, in the Money Club training, you get no Valerie Scott, you get no short sale training, you get no foreclosure training, which is crucial right now. Also, too, when I do my class on, your wholesale and your flipping without cash or credit, I'm going to be giving away information in there or teaching information that's not in the Money Club, and I'm going to be going into more in-depth in landlording in the 4-week class. So, yeah, absolutely, and I thought about that, when the class was, being made, so I had to make sure, like, hey, let me get a little bit more involved in this 4-week class, for my Money Club members,
Okay, because that's what I'm sitting here, like, I'm not sure if I should sign up for this because I'm already doing the lessons that you send me with the Money Club.
No, you definitely want you definitely want to sign up. I mean, I have to be honest with you, a couple of things is worth it alone, like the Valerie train, the 2 classes Valerie's going to be teaching in the Q&A, that's worth it alone. Not only that, but the software you're going to get is worth it. You know what I mean? It's all worth it. To answer your question, yes, you definitely need to sign up for sure. And anybody on the call right now that's in my Money Club, you need to sign up for this $97 class. Trust me. realestatemoneyclub.com/4 4-week class. All right?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Valerie.
I look forward to working with you.
I do, too. I just got to ask you one more thing, Valerie.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to teach me how I'm going to have to split my money or pay my attorney or whatever I have to get, right?
It's going to come out of the deal. Let's say if you're making $15,000 in the middle of the deal, okay, those fees are going to, whatever that attorney's fee is going to come out of that.
So I would already know, so I can already deduct everything.
Right. Your attorney will give you what's called you'll get the title company will make up a settlement sheet. For those of you who don't understand it, and I'm still, stay there while you're on the phone, the only difference in an attorney state versus a non-attorney state, like Maryland's a non-attorney state, we don't have that extra step of having to have an attorney represent, like, the seller and the buyer, okay? We just go straight to the title company. New York is an attorney state. The seller has to have an attorney and the buyer has to have an attorney. But you don't put this money up front. It actually comes out of your net proceeds or out of your profit. So you're not putting up any money up front. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I get it. All right, I look forward to working with you.
All right, then. Same here. Have a good night.
So you're going to join the class? All
yes,
right.
I am going to join the class. Like I said, I was just stuck because I'm like, I didn't know. So now that I got my question answered, I'm going to go join the class.
All right. So we look forward to having you, all right?
Yep, I look forward to working with you guys, too. Have a good night.
All right, good night. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Tanya from Laurel, Maryland.
How you doing, Tanya?
And very good. My question, I guess, is kind of answered. I'm definitely going to sign up for a class. But the question I was having was, I just started, I'm really new to this, and I started, doing a driving for dollars, getting distressed houses or vacant properties. And I do know how to search on a tax assessment website to get the owner and find out the information to mail out or, to possibly try to reach them. But the problem I'm having is most of the abandoned houses that I come across are already REO properties. They're already bank-owned properties. And I've heard people say stay away from that, you shouldn't try. And then I don't know whether, are we able to reach out to the bank ourselves or do you have to go through a realtor? Because a lot of them, when you search on Zillow or other properties, a lot of them are not on the market, as you said earlier. So are you still able to get those if they're not on the market yet, or you have to wait until they're released by the bank?
Okay. First of all, it depends on the bank. The second thing, PG County. You're in the PG County side of law, Maryland?
Yeah.
Okay. PG County has a lot of vacant houses, okay?
Yes.
And so you are going to find a good number of them that may have gone back to the bank, but you're also going to find a good number of them that have not gone back to the bank. The ones that have been taken back by the bank, you can check and see if it's currently, listed with a real estate agent. And the way you can check, you can just stick it in Zillow or Redfin. If not, it could be part of that shadow inventory that the bank has, so it's not released yet. You see what I'm saying? And so you would have to wait till it is released.
Okay.
Some banks may let you, you could contact them, but most of them are going to refer you to their REO department, and then the REO department is going to tell you that it's listed with an agent or it's not listed with an agent yet. But with you being in PG County, because I do a lot in PG County, there are a lot of properties that you can work with in terms of REO and short sales.
Good. Yeah, that's what I realized. It's so many, just in my neighborhood alone, it's so many properties.
It is. So many, okay?
Okay,
so many
great.
in that area. You're in a good area with a lot of opportunity. And I'm speaking from personal experience, okay?
Okay, I'm glad I called in. I was scared to call in, but I'm glad I did because
I'm glad
definitely
you did
going to sign up.
All right, then. Okay.
Right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
You too.
Hello, what's your name and where you calling from? Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, my name is Demetrius. I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Demetrius.
Philadelphia.
Hey.
I'm doing fine. I have a question regarding getting financing, because I'm looking to buy and hold properties, and there's realtors in my area that they offer package deals, but I'm finding it hard to find financing to buy property in bulk, more than one property a month.
What avenues are you looking currently that's not working out for you?
I've called several financial institutions. They said that either the properties, they range from $35,000 to $65,000. They said that the properties are the asking price is too low. They normally deal in properties at $100,000 or more. So
I would recommend trying to find some private lenders. That would be what I would recommend.
Hard money lenders.
Or a private lender. Well, the difference is typically a private lender is somebody who, I give an example, it could be a doctor or somebody, not even that, somebody with a bunch of money who's not your traditional hard money lender that's going to charge you, say, 15% interest or something like that, You can get more creative with these types of lenders, and that's why I'm saying it, you know what I mean? Because all you got to try to prove to them is how you can make them a return on their money and show them that it's backed against the real estate, So,
all right.
And I don't know, are you going to sign up for the class?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm already a member of your Real Estate Money Club also, so yeah, I'm gonna sign up.
All right, great. Yeah, because I was going to say, man, when you sign up for the class, you're going to be able to find a list of private lenders in there. That way you can start, massaging the deal.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, have a good night, man. Thank you, man. Have a good evening.
You do the same.
Thanks. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, hi. How you doing? This is Joe calling from Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
How you doing? I just have a real quick question. So I already signed up for the $20 a month package. So I actually just started. So what is the difference between that and the $97 package? Are you offering?
The difference is that the difference is in the $97 you will get absolutely no training from Valerie. You will not get any short sale training. You won't get any REO training. Also, I'm going to be going in the money club. Like, I touched on the buy and hold, but I didn't really get all the way into it. It was like a brief overview. I'm going to get all the way into it in the $97 class, and I'm also going to be giving some more information that's not in the money club in the $97 class. And you're also going to get this automated software with it, which I think you probably heard me talking about it already by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but to answer your question, man, it's different, man. Like, it's something that you definitely want to do. If you're serious enough to take any type of action towards, this financial freedom that we offer, man, I'm telling you, you need this class.
So what would happen with the stuff that I'm currently doing right now?
Nothing. You just keep taking it. You know what I mean? You just
keep taking it? Okay.
Just get it all in. You know what I mean?
Okay, so then that would mean that I could combine this with what's being offered in the $97 class too as well? Okay.
Yep, you're just going to be more knowledgeable, man. That's all. You're just going to be a lot more knowledgeable. And, this $97 class is going to be live, but, we're also going to send you recorded and everything like that. The other training, that's already recorded, so you could take that at your leisure.
Okay, I guess that pretty much answers my question.
All right. All right, man. Thanks a lot, man. We look forward to getting you on the call, man, and talking to you again on the Q&A when our classes start.
Yeah, definitely will.
All right, brother, man. I wish I lived in Jacksonville. It was all cold here in Baltimore, man. I'm a little bit jealous of you, but, hey.
I mean, it's like 50 degrees right now, so it's not,
Oh,
warm.
wow. Wow.
But it's good investing there, I'll tell you. It's good investing in Jacksonville. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
for
sure.
Opportunity there, yeah.
Definitely.
All right, man.
All right, thanks a lot. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from? Hello? Hello? Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, this is Carlton. I'm from Palm Beach County, Florida. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Now, here's somebody to be jealous of. What's going on, Carlton?
Nothing much.
All right.
My question kind of got answered earlier, but my question is, I'm a realtor, so I dealt with a short sale, and I kind of was wholesaling a property earlier this year. My question is, when you're structuring the deal, are there two contracts? Because I heard you mention, you say you're going to write up your first contract for the seller, and then you're going to write up another contract for the end buyer. So am I combining two contracts, or is there one contract?
Are you talking about for short sale, or are you talking about for
wholesale?
Just a straight wholesale. Okay. Mark?
He talking about just a straight wholesale?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you're going to do one contract with the seller, which we refer to as the A to B. That's just your real estate contract of sale. And then when you go to assign that contract to your end buyer, you're going to use what's called an assignment contract, which is your B to C contract. So the seller is the A, you're the B, the end buyer is the C. So you got an A to B, and you got a B to C.
So there are multiple contracts.
Two contracts, yep.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you can answer this question as far as your fee. let's say I find a property that's $100,000, it's worth $150, and I'm going to give it to the investor for $100,000. What normally? How do you come up with the fee? Is there a formula or?
Yeah, there is a formula. It's 65% of the ARV minus the repairs. We're going to go into depth in that in the class.
Okay.
I don't know if did you sign up for the class yet?
I haven't signed up for the class. Anything. I first, found out about you on WorldStar actually. So I just been following you from there. I watch your YouTube channel, but I've never signed up for anything. And I just keep up with your emails. So maybe that's something I should, hop on.
I would, man. This is probably going to be the best class I've done. Honestly, I've never done a 4-week class, especially with Valerie. So, I mean, this ain't something you want to miss, man. Trust me. Like, this would be the perfect opportunity to take one,
Mhm.
You said you're a real estate agent?
Yes.
Okay. Especially with you being a real estate agent, there's always 2 opportunities for you to make money. What we do is we teach real estate agents who want to be investors. When you look at a deal and you're evaluating the deal, you want to look at it which way you can make the most amount of money as a real estate agent or as an investor, okay? And
right.
So that creates, like I said, two opportunities for you to make money. But one thing is you cannot wear both hats at the same time. You only
Correct.
can wear that one hat. And so, like I said, in the market that we're in, real estate agents should really be cleaning up. A lot of money for real estate agents. My sister's a real estate agent. My daughter's a broker. So, there's quite a bit I can teach you in terms of that.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to go, Mark? You want to give them the website?
Yeah, it's realestatemoneyclub.com/4-week class. That's the number 4. So realestatemoneyclub/4-week class. That's where you can sign up for the 4-week class that we're having and get all of the information on what exactly you're going to get.
So it's money, real estate.
Real estate. Yeah, Real Estate Money Club /4-week class. And that's the number 4. 4-week class.
All right, I'm just writing it down. All right, I'm going to go online and check it out.
Okay. All right, man. Have a good evening. Thanks for calling. We look forward to working with you in the training.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too. Have a good night.
You too. Good night.
All right. We got, Miss Valerie, we have realistically, we got 100 people in line to ask questions. I don't know how we're going to get through all this tonight.
Well, we're not. So we're probably going to have to do is
2 more, maybe.
Maybe a few more, and the rest, they can, we get them on the class, encourage them to get their
Okay, let's keep it rolling. We'll take 4 more questions, okay? Here we go. All right, hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, I'm Shantae Nunu calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, Shantae, how you doing?
Hey, I'm a newbie, and I started my real estate name is Repo the Block. So I had a question. Earlier you had mentioned about the website. Is it Lean on One Capital?
Lima, LIMAONE Capital, Lima One Capital.
Oh, okay. And then the second one is a quick one. You had told us, the website where you could use the software and stuff, but I didn't get the name of it.
It's on. You got to go to. We're only giving that with the people who. Are you signing up for the class?
On the class, so you got to go on your website and sign up for the class, and then we'll get it.
Yeah, it's only for the people that sign up for the class.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
All right, you got the website?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we look forward to you signing up, and hopefully we can walk you through some stuff, and get your questions on our next Q&A on in the class, the 4-week class.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Have a good night, you guys.
You too. Thank you. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, hi. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Mark, this is Daniel from New Orleans.
Hey, Daniel, how you doing?
Good. I'm in your real estate money club, so just telling everybody need to sign up. Check them out, man. It's good material.
Good. Thank you.
My question is, I'm kind of well for the class, the short sale class that's coming up. You said it's gonna be live, so it's not gonna be
live. But if you can't make it, everybody's gonna get a recording.
Okay, all right. They just kind of the same way the money club set up, basically, right?
Yeah. So basically, what's going to happen is, let's say you sign up, right? When you sign up, we're going to send you. I'm gonna follow up with you through email, but either the day before or the day of, we're going to send you the access link. We're going to make sure everybody gets the access link, and then you just click on the link, and you'll get right in live with us for the presentation.
Okay, all right, cool.
So it's not going to be a conference call. It's going to be an actual presentation. Like, you got to be on your computer or your phone. It's not like a call-in type of thing.
All right, cool. That'll work. My next question is just, I'm actually in the process of trying to buy a house. So, just in your expertise, what you think? You think I should just go with this foreclosure claiming and get one of these foreclosures out here, or use the capital for that? Because I'm trying to convince my girl to not go this route now that I got this information, you know?
All right. What's your Valerie?
It depends on what you're looking for. I mean, some of these houses out here, just because the house is distressed doesn't mean that it's in extremely bad condition. I mean, some of these houses are actually move-in ready that you can get at good discount prices. You see what I'm saying?
Right, that's what I think too. I've seen a lot of them by just seeing some, and I'm seeing some foreclosure, and I'm like, damn, this house is not really that bad.
It's not bad, right? You know, you can just some of them really is like clean the carpet, and you can, or maybe change the paint to the color you want, and you can move in. So again, there are people who buy foreclosures and move in them. They're not necessarily getting it as an investment property. But it's great that you can do either or. But when you're actually looking for properties, you can be looking for investment properties, but also looking for a property to live in.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll be then signed up. Thank y'all for all y'all do.
Okay.
You're
quite
welcome.
Have a good night.
All right.
Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Lynn Jackson. I'm calling from Birmingham, Alabama.
How you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. How are you two doing this evening?
Good, thank you.
Just wonderful.
Absolutely. I didn't want you to think I forgot you, Ms. Val.
Okay.
The reason I wanted to speak is because I've received the emails for well over a year, I believe, and I've never responded until tonight. Reason being, I work a 9 to 5, and I just had a incident happen at work where one of my coworkers took her own life last week. So I felt like it's time for me to get in something on my own and move forward to provide for my daughter. So my question to you is, I've been to the seminar for Damon. I've been to the seminar for Thane Merrill.
Yes.
I really want to know, what am I gaining from participating with you? Because in my household, $97 does mean a lot to me. So I want to make sure I'm getting an honest answer from both of you, because you both seem like you're very knowledgeable in the area that I'm trying to move into. So I want to know, what am I getting from you that I want to sign up with you, and I didn't sign up with these two gentlemen prior.
Who's the other person? You said Thane Merrill and who?
Thane Merrill and Damon John. He had a seminar here in Birmingham.
From Shark Tank. But he doesn't do real estate, does he?
He had a guy there. He had two different parts of his seminar, from where he's helping people open their businesses. And the second guy that came up was into the real estate area, and he was asking for $1,500 on site right there.
Okay, I'm not familiar with what they were teaching at what Damon's teaching or what that person is teaching, so I really can't compare the two. And Mark, do you know what Stan? I don't know. Here's what I know. Here's what I know. Okay, I know that, and I'm going to speak from my point of view. I know that there are very few people out here teaching short sales and REOs. Okay, bank-owned properties. And so, therefore, if you're taking that part with me, and you're looking to do real estate investing, any type of property you come across, whether it has equity or it doesn't have equity, whether it's a bank-owned property, short sale, or just a traditional assignment, you will be able to do it. And that's my goal, is to prepare you and give you the concepts and the knowledge that you will be able to handle almost any type of property, residential property that you come across. I can't compare what I'm teaching to those other two people that you've named, because I'm not familiar with what they're teaching. I think, Mark, Stan has a rehab class, right? Because we're not teaching rehab, so
I think Stan teaches everything. He just be teaching everything. But,
okay. So I can't really compare. I'm just telling you what you're going to get with us.
I can tell you this. I'll put it to you like this. Knowing what I know now, I think the information we gave tonight alone was worth $97. Just my opinion. You're going to get 4 weeks of training. You're going to get copies of everything. You're going to get 2 other bonus training and the free software. So, I think, and again, you really can't, I guess that's all relative, I guess, the amount of money, because like you said, it's a different, in your household it means what it means to you. But I think that if you're serious about this, and it's worth the investment, but ultimately the decision is yours, but I would say, have you been on the whole call tonight?
I jumped in about 15 minutes late, but I heard pretty much everything, and I got all the websites. I got it from your 1, 2, 3 step that you provided. I heard the entire thing regarding that, and I was listening. I'm like, well, they gave us like a tip of the iceberg tonight. I'm just sitting here just curious, okay, what else am I going to get in this $97 4-week class? Because if what I got tonight just in this little short time is interesting to me, I can only imagine what I'm going to get from 4 weeks.
Well, hey, you answered your own question. There you go, right?
I just wanted to hear it and make sure, hey, this is real. Like I said, I honestly questioned the website. I questioned getting the emails. I thought they were just all automated all the time. But to actually talk to you, okay, I know I'm speaking to the real Mark now.
Yeah, you sure are.
Well, I really thank you for even doing this for everyone listening. I really appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure everyone else appreciates it. So I will do my best to go ahead and sign up for class.
All right. Okay, you're welcome, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Ms. Val. Thanks, Mark. Have a great evening.
You're welcome.
You too.
Have a good evening. All right, we're going to take 2 more. All right. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, how you doing? My name is Cordell. I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona.
How you doing, Cordell?
All right. How you doing, Mr. Mark? How you doing, Ms. Val?
Good.
I'm fine.
Both of you telephonically. I'm originally from New York. I ended up moving out here about 2 months ago. I'm also a CDL truck driver. That's what brought me out here.
Okay.
And I want to do real estate. Always wanted to, and I had the desire to, and, this is what it is now. So I have 2 questions. My first question is, if you purchase a property and you're renting it out to a Section 8, family or person who is paying you through the Section 8 program, are you able or are you eligible to place that property that you own into a trust? I want to say yes because I know you own it, but I'm just not sure because you're getting government money through Section 8 if that would be possible. Is that possible? Is the first question I have.
Yes. It can be put in a trust.
Okay. And then my second question would be, I think you answered it, but I'm just not quite sure. With watching the $97 video taking a course that you guys have coming up for $97. If you're not eligible to watch it live, would you be able to receive a copy of it so you can be able to catch up with it later on that evening?
Yes.
Yes, because everybody will receive it. You will receive the actual audio and the PowerPoint of it, so that I want you to go back and watch it again, so that you know what I'm saying, so that you can really get the concepts down. So
yes, ma'am.
If you're not able to attend, let's say, that particular day, you're still going to get it anyway. It will be emailed out to you.
Okay. Yeah, well, those are my two questions right there.
Okay.
I get my paycheck on Friday. I'm planning on signing up as soon as I cash in at the bank. And I pray to definitely work with you guys in the near future. It is an awesome experience to have a conversation with you guys, be able to learn underneath your tutelage. And I pray that God continue to bless you guys the way that you have been blessing others. So have a great evening, and I hope to work with you guys in the near future. Yes,
all
ma'am.
Right. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. All right now. Yeah, guys, have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from? Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Lucinda out of Atlanta.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good, thank you.
How are you, Miss Val?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. Okay, so I guess sort of speak, my question got kind of answered a little bit. So basically, these are going to be sort of live calls, and if you cannot attend the live call, then you can chime in later because they will be available. How long will they be available? Just for the 4 weeks?
No, it's actually yours. I mean, once we send them to you, they're yours.
Okay. And is it just like a class per week, or are there multiple classes per week?
No, it's one class per week.
Okay. Is it an hour? Is it time? Is it time-based, how, or is it kind of just, okay, we're going to do an hour and then we're going to do a Q&A session like tonight?
I can honestly tell you it will probably be at least a couple of hours and then a Q&A.
Oh, wow, okay. And are there certain days, I know that Mark said, that the email would be sent out, are the days per week, are they going to pretty much be consistent? Like if it's a Monday? Okay.
The schedule is set. November the 21st. That's next Wednesday, Mark?
Tuesday. Our first class is Tuesday the 21st, and then it's every Wednesday after for the next 3 weeks.
Okay, and what time does it start on Tuesday?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. And then Wednesday it's 8 as well, every Wednesday at 8.
Yes.
After that. Okay. Okay.
And it's on the website. It's actually on the website, so you can actually see those dates. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
all
that
right.
is, in case you don't have it, it's realestatemoneyclub.com/4-week class. That's the number 4.
I got it, baby. You've been saying it all night. Y'all been working real hard. I got you, baby. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a great evening.
All right. You too.
Hello. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello.
Hi.
Whoops. Hello. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name's Kevin Lyons. I'm calling from Richmond.
How you doing?
Right down the street from y'all, actually.
That's right.
I'm doing pretty good. So first,
a lot of good investing there in Richmond.
Yeah, I'm. Hopefully we can do some deals together and get this going. So first, I'd like to say thank you both, Mark and Miss Valerie. I was at the class this weekend, and I learned a lot. I got a lot of information. This was not my first time attending one of your classes, Mark. This was actually my third time. So, like, at this point, I'm feeling like my cousin who actually lives in Baltimore was like, didn't you go last time, Herb? Well, what's the problem? What are you waiting for? So, like, I'm in a place now where I'm actually today. Well, when I got back home yesterday, me and my girlfriend, we came together. I went to meet up, and we joined Rhea, and I joined, and, you know, we got the membership, and I'm pretty sure we're going to learn a lot of stuff from them and meet a lot of people there just for connections and stuff. So I'm serious about that. And, you know, I'm moving forward. So I first want to just say thank both of you because, like, I know that y'all do this because y'all just want to help y'all community out, see y'all people doing better. And y'all see the way, and it's like, okay, come on, people, join the party. We're winning. Come on.
Right. Right. That's right.
And Miss Valerie, my girlfriend, is like enthused with you. Is Miss Valerie there? Miss Valerie? She said she's one of them strict ladies that's just straight to the point about the business. And that's fine if you're about the business. So,
well, I'm about my business for y'all because I want you to succeed, okay?
What I'm going to do, I already did buy the $97 program. I already I paid for that there. And as you were talking, Mark, like when you was walking us through the steps, you were saying absentee owners go to NetR online, then click the county, then click the assessor, and then you said put in the street, right? Because I heard when you were saying like look for the houses around that you said don't put in the exact number, the address, just put in the street, correct?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Remember when you were telling us, when you were walking us through it, you were saying, like, go to netronline.com, and you said, like, we know a particular neighborhood that's a middle-class neighborhood. I do know one. So I go to and put in NetR, then I click the county, which will be Rich City of Richmond. Then I click the tax assessor. So, like, on ours, we go to the, it actually takes us to the tax assessor site. And then it said, like, we could put in the person's name, the street number. It was a few parcel ID, a few ways we could ask. So at that point, we will put in the street, the name, correct? And then from there, what, like, because I could see in houses did come up. For instance, I was clicking on my grandmother's house because that was a house that sold recently, and, like, I know that I probably could have got some money, a whole situation that's going on. But I'm going to email you further about that because it's still a few properties that my aunt, basically in probate, she inherited these properties, and where the properties is kind of, you all have Johns Hopkins, we have VCU. It's in that area. It's in, like, a hot area like that. And my aunt, she kind of letting these properties go for, she don't know what she's doing, so I might as well benefit off it too. But anyhow, so as you said, we click the street, and all the apartments come up. So, I mean, all the different addresses in that area come up. But how would I see, like, as far as, like, if it's delinquent, if the tax has been delinquent? Because I do see stuff like land value and assessment, but I don't see anything as far as, like, the taxes haven't been paid or, like, a violation or anything along those lines. So I guess
so
that's a different site he's going to have to go to.
Yeah, that's all. We're going to cover that in the class. So I'm definitely going to cover that in the class. And you signed up, right?
Yeah, I already signed up for it, and, like, I'm just excited to do it. I can't wait because, like, I just want to do it. I feel like you feel. I know that this works, and I want to do it. And, like, I'm at the point where I really want to order my postcards, but I need to know exactly what I need to be putting on them, and I want them to be perfect. I don't want to rush anything and, you know, make a mistake. So,
yeah, well, we're going to talk about all that in the class, man. So, and you already signed up, so you're good.
All right, so I guess all in all, really, other than those, I don't really have another question. I just want to tell you guys, you know, thank you. I'm really appreciative of what y'all are doing, and, like, I can't wait to, you know, flip my first property. Like me, I think it was your first class, Mark, the first one you did, I think around 2000, maybe 11 or 12. It was a free one you did in Baltimore.
Yep, I remember that Valerie was there.
And
Miss Valerie was
the
there.
hotel,
and
close
one.
to the other hotel actually that this one was at. It was kind of close to that one.
It was at the Marriott.
Exactly, yep, because I walked over, me and my cousin, we ate lunch at Chili's. We walked right over, and when I was leaving, I pointed out to my girlfriend and her cousin that I came with. They're like, the last one was there. So that was my first time. And, you know, me and my uncle actually got into a big argument about it because I invited him to come with me, and he didn't come, and he tried to make me believe it was try to push on to me that it was a scam. It really was.
No, it's not. It's definitely not that, man. I don't mean to cut in, man, but it's getting late. We got to take some more questions, man. But I really appreciate you, man. We're going to cover all that stuff in the class that you were talking about.
Hey, could you just give me your email so I can shoot you an email if I do have a separate question?
Well, I'm not, honestly, bro, I'm not really doing no questions unless it's a Q&A. So, and you're in the class, so I'll definitely get to it when we start our class next week. All right, have a good evening. All right, thanks. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hello.
Hi, what's your name and where you calling from?
Bianca from PG, Maryland.
Hey, Bianca, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm calling out. Well, first, thank both of y'all for all y'all time tonight and all that y'all shared and this weekend. And I was, thank you. I was at your seminar. Well, actually, I just did the bus tour.
Okay.
And I was wondering if the $97 class that you all have been talking about tonight, if that's included in the bus tour price that I paid.
No,
I know
it's not. It's totally different. To answer your question, no, it's separate.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't. You said you only went on the bus tour, so you didn't hear us talking about this at the seminar. Then.
Right. It was something else I had signed up for a few months ago. That was on the same day.
Oh,
so,
gotcha.
Yeah, it was still real estate related, but I was doing that on Saturday, and then on Sunday I came out for the bus tour.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is different. Something different. But I tell you, it's definitely if you missed the seminar, you've been on the call all night, and you had the opportunity to take this class, and you'll be caught right up.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you again. Have a good night.
All right, Bianca. Thank you. Okay. Hello. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello. Hi. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, it's Noel Secretary from the Bronx, New York.
We can't really hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Sure. What's your name?
Noel from the Bronx, New York.
Hey,
how
what's
you
up,
doing,
man?
Miss Valerie?
Hey.
Great. I'm doing good. A lot of good investing in the Bronx.
No, yes, I've been actually looking online and seeing a lot of multifamilies and single families, pre-foreclosures and foreclosures. Yep. But my question is, if I'm interested in like a FHA loan or a conventional loan, and I'm interested in moving into the property with like my mom on the mortgage, if I'm saying it correctly, like through her Section 8 voucher, like is it possible for me to purchase one of the foreclosure properties with the FHA loan?
You can, and if it needs work, you can get under FHA. You can get a 203K loan, and that
I'm aware of that.
Yes, would give you money for the fix-up, so you can do that. That's really a good way to start, especially because where you are in New York, there's a lot of multi-units. So what you can do is get one of those fourplexes or four family buildings, and live in one and
rent out the
two and rent out the other ones, because a lot of them are very huge. Yeah.
Question, but will the interest be high on the
FHA loan, on that FHA 203K loan?
Yeah.
No, it's a very low interest loan, and I think the down payment
it would still get broken
is,
down to like a 30-year mortgage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be the best. That would be my best bet, because I am signing up for the class, but I actually get paid next week, so I have plans on signing up for the $97 4-week class. But I was hoping to still be there before the holidays. I actually get paid the day before Thanksgiving, but I am part of the $20 Money Club membership.
All right, cool, man. I appreciate that, and we look forward to having you in the class, man. It's gonna be really, really, really dope, man.
All right, cool. So, you guys was a lot of help tonight. I appreciate the call. hopefully you have another seminar, something like that in New York. I will hope to attend. And
yeah, for sure, man. With me and Valerie, Miss Valerie, been talking a lot about what we're gonna do next. So let's see.
All right, cool. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Okay. Have a good night.
Hello. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Corbin. I'm calling from California.
Hey, what part of California?
Man, I'm from the Bay, man. I reached out to you a couple of times, man, from Oakland.
Oh, okay. What's up, man? How you doing?
I just want to say good evening to you and Valerie. And, man, I think you guys are doing some inspirational things, man. And I'm joining the club as we speak and ready to sign up now, man. And I had a question earlier, but it already had been answered. But I just want to say, man, you guys are doing some real things. I followed you for a minute and followed my dream, man. I took my day off. I put $100 in the pot.
Oh, all right. What's up, man?
Yeah, I've been working as a surgical tech for 12 years, man. Took a day off today, man. I took the $20 course, and we've been receiving the information. So I went and took the steps to set up my LLC today and get everything going. And I just want to say, man, I just feel the transformation and things coming. And you guys are doing some wonderful things, man. And very informative tonight. And I'll keep following you, and I can't wait to start the course, man. You guys are doing some wonderful things.
All right,
That's great, man. Thank you so much. So you said you're taking the 4-week class too?
Man, I'm signing up for it right now, sir.
That's what's up, man. So we look forward to it, man.
We look forward to working with you.
Definitely. And we're going to do a lot of things, man. I'm going to be one of your top producers. Mark that.
What's up? That's what's up, man. I hope you can make it to our next seminar, man, and be on our student panel like we just had last weekend.
For sure. I'm going to tell you, man, who got me more motivated was your boy Tyler, man. And I reached out to him. I looked to be doing some business with him, but, man, he was very inspirational. I've been a good guy, man. I've been procrastinating doing the wholesale, been looking at a few people, did a couple of programs, so I can say yours has been one of the most informative. And I heard the sister call in earlier said she went to Than's and somebody else's. I've been to Sam Murals, but wasn't willing to pay that $2,000 because it seemed like a gimmick, you know. But definitely, I'm signing up for you, and man, I'm proud to be one of your students, man. Looking forward to doing some good business and building some good relationships with you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But I just want to tell you this though, man. Than Merrill, man, he's a good guy. He's not a gimmick, man. He's one of the people that I first looked up to when I first got into teaching, man. I seen him get it from the ground up. Now, I don't know how his business model is or nothing like that, but he's a real guy. He's a real estate investor, man, and he's a good guy, man. So I just wanted to put that out there.
And I'll counter and say this, man. I won't say that he's a scam. I thought it was a scam. He's had some informative things, but what I will separate and what I will say is a lot of people don't have $2,000 to drop at a drop of a dime, man. A lot of people out here struggling to make ends meet, especially with me. Me being out here in California, the houses it's very costly, man. And what what you putting out for $100, like I said, I'm already signed up with the $20. But I had to come sign up for this 4-day seminar, man, so I wouldn't be left out.
Bro.
So you're making the impossible be possible for those that can't afford that $2,000, man. You're doing some good things, man. You guys have a blessed night. I know you got a lot of other callers, but you guys have a blessed night.
You too, man. All right, God bless, man. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Brittany, and I'm from New Orleans. I was calling because me and my husband want to sign up for the class together, but our work schedule is different. So it's okay if we both be on the same class, or do we have to do it separately?
I mean, Valerie, you want to take that one?
The question is it okay if you're on the same? I guess, Mark, if they're in the same household, that it would, then only one would need to. Is that how you're working?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I guess. Ask your question one more time. I'm sorry, it's getting late. Say it again.
I'm sorry. I was asking. Yes, we are in the same household, but we're doing it together, and I was wondering if we can take the class together under one thing, or do we have to, pay for separate classes? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we have to pay twice? And we're going to get the same information.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't have to.
Okay, because if we do, it's not a problem, but we just wanted to make that clear before we, did it.
I mean, we take tips now, so we not if you know what I mean. If it's not a problem, then hey, but it's.
I just wanted to make sure it's not something that we need separately, any separate information or anything that we need to have personally for ourselves.
But see, let me just say this. When we normally have, if it's a husband and wife, and if they're in the same household, and they're both going to be on that same same thing, remember the information mark is only sent to one person. And then one person is only being able to ask questions. So if both of you want it sent to you separately, to mean into two different emails, and both of you are going to be asking questions, then that's when you're going to have to pay twice.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So if it's only going to be one email, coming to one email, and only one person is asking those questions, then the one price is fine. But if it's going to two emails, because it's going to each of you separately, and then each person is asking questions, then you know what I mean. It's two separate people. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a great night.
All right,
okay. We look forward to working with you.
Yeah, sure.
Same here. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Jamil, calling from Waldorf, Maryland.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man, doing good. Hey, it was two websites I heard I mentioned earlier. Was one HUD.gov?
I think that's the one you had told them, Miss Valerie.
Oh, you're talking about HUD? Oh, HUDhomes.gov.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I had that one right. And what was the other one that you used as an example for Jay-Z?
You're talking
Landlord
about
Capital or something?
I'm sorry.
You're talking about you said for Capital?
Yes, it's
Lima One Capital.
Lima, he's talking about Lima.
Yeah, Lima One Capital. All right. And are you joining the class?
Oh yes, I already signed up for it and everything.
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say when you get the software, you'll be able to get a list of private lenders and stuff too. So.
Oh, so basically that site is for private lenders.
Yeah. That's a good way to find private lenders. Yup.
Oh, okay. How you spell that?
Lima, Limaone, Capital.
Okay, Capital. Got you. Another question. So basically, is REOs and short sales, are they basically like the same process of like doing it?
No, they're two different processes. Nothing alike. And I'm going to go over in the 4-week class how to, do both of them. How to acquire short sales, how to acquire REOs. But two different processes.
Okay, so two different processes.
Yep.
Okay. And my last question is, okay, so how many, I heard y'all mention certain kind of contracts, but I attended the first, the networking event. I wasn't able to make it to the second one. And so how many contracts would I have to be basically know of? I don't even know the assessment contract and what's the one you said earlier? The double contract or something like that? I don't remember.
We're going to go over all of the contracts in the class so that you will know exactly, what type of contracts you should be using. So, you'll actually be getting the contracts, and we're going to be going over the contracts in the class.
Okay, great. And hey, Valerie, this question is for you right here. So how is Waldorf looking for you? Is Waldorf looking like a hot market to you?
You're in PG County, so actually, were you at the event this weekend? Were you at the seminar this weekend?
Only for the first one, the networking event.
Oh, you weren't there. Okay, because actually on Saturday we had somebody from that Waldorf Clinton area and who's actually investing in that area. So, yes, Waldorf is a good area. It's a good area.
I figured that. All right, y'all. Thank you again. Have a good night.
All right, we're going to take one more question, and we're going to wrap it up for the night, all right? Hello, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, this is Pat out here in Florida. Miss Valerie, how are you? Mark, how's it going?
Great.
Hey, I had a two-part question. I'm going to make it really quick, guys. First of all, thank you guys, and I appreciate the spirit, like everybody else has said, the spirit of how you guys have been delivering the message and just, making it to where it's affordable to everybody. But my first question is I'm actually working on a deal right now. It's a short sale. I'm not going to get too specific because I know you guys are probably going to cover it in the training. But the first question, Ms. Valerie, goes to you. And this deal actually just fell in my lap. I really just tried to refer it out. I did a really good job in the beginning of just building rapport with the homeowners, and they didn't want to work with nobody else. So I'm actually even negotiating this bad boy by myself. The bank, for some reason, just they weren't asking for an agent or anything like that. They know we're the direct buyer. So, but the question is, the bank who's holding the note, and I hope this is not going over everybody else's head, but the bank who's holding the note, they don't do BPOs at all. Ms. Valerie, have you ever run into something like that?
If it's usually if it's a smaller bank, but if it's like and it also depends on the type of loan it is. What type of loan is it?
It's a conventional.
Okay, so it's a conventional loan. Some of the smaller banks, and if it may not, it's rare that they won't do a BPO or send an appraiser out. Also, if it's a property that's sometime in a really bad area and they just want to get rid of it, But most of your major banks and servicers are going to do BPOs and appraisals.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the property itself is actually a great property. It's just like it's a nice, decent-sized property. It's actually and it's situated in an area where there's a lot of subdivisions popping up, so there's a lot of newer home sales going on. And this one is kind of the lender was Chase, but Chase sold it to somebody else. So the mortgage company, I think they're CAM. Hopefully there's no CAM represent on here. But
if it was Chase, I know Chase would do a BPO. Okay.
Yeah, Chase sold it to. They sold it to somebody else. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So where we're at right now with the bidding process is it's almost where we're going to probably get a denial because they want the mortgage holder actually wants the payoff, and I'm like, that's not even a short sale. If you're looking to get the payoff and they actually want above the payoff, and it's like at that point it's just a regular sale, and then everything else will go back to the homeowner.
Okay. Are you signed up for the class?
I'm signing up right now, so I didn't want to get too deep.
When you sign up to the class, then once you sign up and when the class starts, ask me so I can tell you what to do so you can get them to bring that. What's the property like inside? Does it need work or what?
It needs work. It's dated. It has a septic tank. That's the big issue right there. The septic tank is like covered up with like plywood. But they don't want to take any third-party estimates or anything like that. They haven't even seen the inside. I know they did like that's
why I'm saying this is not to your advantage.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like to me it's to your advantage that they're not doing an appraisal or BPO. Because if you got a BPO agent, convince them to order a BPO You see what I'm saying? Then
yeah, I got you, and we could probably get more in depth during the training.
So,
but yeah, the servicer said that they even said that this lender is, or this investor, their client is a special client. They're a special case. They don't do nothing.
All right. Okay.
All right.
We'll talk about it then. Okay.
All right. And
all right.
I think the second part I have real quick. I'll make it just. You know what? I forgot the last part. Mark, it's getting late for me too, brother.
Don't worry about it, man. Well, you're going to be on the call, so we can talk about it then.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
All right.
All right. All right, everybody. So that's going to conclude our training call for tonight. I hope that you were able to get a lot of great information. I hope that you guys are going to join us for our 4-week class so we can nurture you through this process. So that way you can get out here and start taking advantage of all this real estate money out here and this opportunity to basically make money flipping houses and build wealth with real estate. Again, that website to go to sign up is www.realestatemoneyclub.com /4-week class. Okay, that's realestatemoneyclub.com /4-week class. That's the number 4. Okay, not spelled out. That's the number 4. It's realestatemoneyclub.com /4-week class. There you can sign up and join us for our $97 class. It's going to be great. It's going to be intensive. We're going to do Q&As after every training session. You're going to get copies of everything. You're going to get a copy of the recording, a copy of the presentation. You're going to get access to the automated house flipping software. You're going to get also all of our contracts and scripts to make these deals happen. And you're also going to get 2 bonus trainings, which is my intensive training and Valerie's intensive foreclosure training. I just want to tell you I love you guys, and I'm just glad that you were able to really get on this call tonight and join us and help Valerie and I educate and empower the community. Valerie, you got anything before we wrap this call up tonight?
All I want to just say is I look forward to working with all of you. And as Mark said, this is powerful. I'm telling you, this is life-changing. So, I look forward to, seeing working with everybody starting next Tuesday.
All right. So it's Valerie Scott and it's Mark Whitten with the Real Estate Money Club. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.